following is a presentation of the Battle of the Border High School Basketball All-Star Games on KYN TV. The Battle of the Border All-Star Games pit high school basketball players from South Dakota and Nebraska head-to-head at Laddie East Cimpl Arena on the Mount Marty University campus. It's time to go live to Cimpl Arena with the voice of the Mount Marty Lancers, Tehl Tanner, on the call.
Well, let's start the South Dakota versus Nebraska boys and girls high school all-star games, the return. We've got the head coach of the Mount Marty Lancers women's basketball program, Allan Bertram, joining us for game one of the girls high school all-star game. Head coach of the men's basketball team for the Mount Marty Lancers, Colin Othier, will be here for the boys game. Coach Bertram, this was a long-standing tradition back in the day. South Dakota versus Nebraska, high school all-stars, right before they go off to college. It used to be a massive thing. Maybe we'll start that tradition up again here today.
Yeah, we really hope so. You know, I think I remember back when I was in high school, you know, this was such a huge event, kind of the premier all-star game in our region. And so it's really cool to be able to see it come back here and back here on our campus in Yankton. And, you know, we've got a load of talent just right in this local area between Nebraska and South Dakota. And it's kind of a good time. You're only a couple weeks off of the season, so these kids, you know, they haven't taken a whole lot of time off, so they should still be in decent shape and not too far removed from a lot of practice. So you're going to get the best version of all-star basketball. I think a lot of times people will extend the time out before the game is played, and sometimes those kids haven't picked up a ball in a month, and then it's a little bit uglier. So really good group of girls here today. A lot of girls going on to play collegially, so it should be a great game. Yeah,
this should be a lot of fun. You talk about the coaches of these two teams as well. In South Dakota, John Brooks is going to be coaching here on the girls' side of things, the head coach at Vermillion High School, and then Maggie Moon, the head coach at Crofton, going to be coaching for Nebraska side of things. That's a good matchup.
You have two very accomplished high school basketball coaches in our region. You know, John just coming off of 2 years ago winning the state championship in South Dakota, and had another outstanding basketball team again this year. And obviously Maggie down at Crofton, they're a staple every single year in the state tournament. They're coming off a third place finish in Nebraska this past year. And it's cool for those coaches too to be able to have their own players. You know, Maggie's got 4 Crofton girls playing today, and John's got a couple Vermillion girls playing on his side. So for them, it's a one last chance to coach some of their kids too.
And part of that was by design. You were one of the guys who was helping put this thing together. So when it comes to who was playing, you wanted to keep it pretty local.
Especially our first couple years. You know, when this event was at its height, you know, you typically got the 10 premier players in both states. And not that we couldn't have done that this year, but it's just, you know, we wanted to bring excitement back. We wanted a good crowd. You look across the way from us right now, and the arena is filling up on that side, and that's exactly what we wanted today. And you do that when you have local talent that's playing.
And a couple of, as most of these players, as you mentioned earlier, going on to play at the collegiate level, which is really exciting. A couple of Division I, NCAA, a couple of NAI, and a couple right here at Mount Marty, both on the boys and girls side of things. So it's going to be good to give fans in South Dakota, Nebraska, one final look at high school before they go on to compete at college.
Agree, and a lot of these kids, you know, it's so much different now. Tell a lot of these kids play summer basketball, so they know each other really well. A lot of them played together on the AAU circuit or played against each other, and so it's not like it's a bunch of unfamiliar faces. A lot of these kids, even between Nebraska and South Dakota, know each other, and so that makes it a little bit funner as well as you see them compete today.
We'll talk about the starters here in just a moment, but we are getting things rolling here in Yankton, South Dakota, which is the host site, once again, for the South Dakota-Nebraska boys and girls high school all-star games. We'll run through the rosters here, some of the players that you're going to see today. Even though they're not starting, you're going to see quite a bit of them. Like Ryan Hansen, who's going to be a 5'10 player out of Lenox High School, wearing 21 today. One thing we should mention, there's going to be a lot of players wearing the same number. They're wearing their own high school number here, their own jerseys. The lighter jerseys are going to be South Dakota, with the colors being Nebraska here today. So Ryan Hansen wearing 21. Brooke Jensen out of Vermillion, she's wearing 33. Brentley Colbum out of Elk Point Jefferson wearing 14. And Lennox Dupree out of Pierre Riggs High School wearing number 4. That is for South Dakota. For Nebraska, you'll also see number 12, Jada Allan out of Crofton. Number 5, Lexi Weebelhaus out of Crofton. Number 42, Jade Whirl out of Battle Creek. Number 24, Skylar Indra out of Norfolk. And number 21, Maddie Steffen out of Hardington, Newcastle. Once again, your head coach is John Brooks for South Dakota out of Vermillion, and Maggie Moon for Nebraska out of Crofton. We're ready to go to our starting lineups here today on our pregame show from Runza. Pick that perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh and topped the way you like at Runza in Yankton by Menards. Coach Bertram, any final thoughts before we get this one rolling? This will be fun.
This is just a exciting time for us here at Mount Marty to be able to host an event like this and to be able to have the local talent that we do. And it's just a blessing to be able to put an event like this on, Tehl.
So we are just about ready to get this one rolling. Once again, Yankton, South Dakota is the host site. But let's go ahead and take a quick break here as we go to our national anthem. Back in a couple of minutes on KYN TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Nora is a Runza insider.
Yeah, little secret for you. You know Runza burgers?
I do know them.
You can get one with Swiss cheese.
Right.
And mushrooms.
Okay.
Just ask for
the Swiss mushroom burger?
How'd you know?
It's right there on the menu. Come get your Swiss mushroom burger today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Carson Heinemeyer. I'm going to school at Southeast Tech to become a mechanic.
Carson partnered with Auto Mastery on a Build Dakota scholarship.
I wanted to work on cars, then walked into the shop. Then I got brought back to Mike, and I think we just hit it off from there.
Auto Mastery pays half of Carson's scholarship, and the Build Dakota grant covers the other half.
Well, I heard that I can get out of school with very minimum debt or no debt, and I was sold from there on.
For more, go to yanktonsd.com.
All right, let's go to our starting lineups now today as we get rolling here for the South Dakota-Nebraska Boys and Girls High School All-Star Games. We rolled through the role players. Now we'll go through our starters here today. Started off with Nebraska's. They are the road team taking place in Yankton, South Dakota today. First up, 5'7", number 4 out of Crofton High School, Sammy Allan. Also out of Crofton High School, 5'5" guard, number 3, Cassie Allan. Battle Creek High School, number 21, Sammy Wemhoff. She's 5'11". And out of Homer, South Dakota, Alexandria Albrecht, 5'9". She's wearing number 22 today. To finish it up, out of Elkhorn Valley High School, number 33, 6'2" forward in J.J. Black. Now that is an incredible 10 there. Maggie Moon, the head coach for Nebraska. How did you reach out to all of these individually, Coach?
Well, luckily we were recruiting most of them, so we had their cell contacts, and it was pretty simple. The Nebraska kids were right away. In South Dakota too. Like we want to play in it. We didn't have much difficulty finding players on our end.
Let's go to the other end here. We just went through some of the players coming off the bench today for South Dakota. We'll roll through the starters now. John Brooks, once again, the head coach at Vermilion High School, coaching Team South Dakota.
The starters for the South Dakota All-Stars.
We'll start it off with number 1, Casey Hansen, 5'8" player out of Vermillion, South Dakota, wearing number 1 again. Out of Elk Point Jefferson, number 4, Ashley Brewer. She's 5'10". Dakota Valley sending Cameron Summervold today, 5'11" player wearing number 11. Coleman Egan sends Kaylee Volker, 5'6", wearing number 25. And finally, number 14, Claire Woods out of Sioux Falls, Washington, wearing 5'7", wearing 14 today. We are ready to get this one underway here. This should be a fun one. A lot of these players, as you've said, Coach, they know each other. Some of them do, some of them don't, but lifelong friendships could be forming today as well. I also noticed just a couple hours ago, coaches introducing themselves to their teams. That's going to be interesting to see as well.
Well, we just, Colin and I just got done coaching in a 3-class shootout yesterday, and so very similar situation for us, being able to work with kids from different classes of basketball in South Dakota, and that's the first thing you have to do is you have to introduce yourself and let them know kind of what you expect from a game like today.
Now, you've been coaching a long time, obviously founder of Sacred Hoops and Mount Marty. You've been coaching at the high school level a long time. That first time meeting a team in a game like this, how does that first conversation go when you're starting here as we're getting ready for the tip? First up, it'll be J.J. Black here for Team Nebraska jumping. For South Dakota, it'll be Cameron Summervold.
Both really good players, both going to the Division II level next year at Wayne State. Both of them, those two will be teammates next year.
That'll be a lot of fun as well. Against each other today as Nebraska starts things off with the three-pointer. Knocking it down there was Alexandria Albrecht.
She had a great year for them this year, led them to a state tournament berth. First time in like 15 years that Homer had been to a Nebraska state tournament.
Just started. We're doing 10-minute quarters here today. 35-second shot clock as usual. Three-pointer for South Dakota. Can't answer. Rebound Nebraska, going back down right to left. Once again, a lot of different colors on the floor today, but the light jerseys are South Dakota, the dark jerseys Nebraska here today. Nebraska working right to left, South Dakota left to right. Three-pointer no this time for Sammy Allan out of Crofton.
We thought it was important that the kids wore their high school jerseys. It's kind of cool for people who come out to see where they're from, and one last time for them to wear that high school uniform.
Casey Hansen out of Vermillion with it, driving here, throwing it up. A foul is going to be called to start off this game. 9:01 on the clock in the first quarter. We'll see our first free throws from a Vermillion product. Going on to play in the NAIA, you're going to have to face her in the next couple years. She's going to Dort, who just won their second consecutive national championship at the NAIA level.
Yeah, and Casey's coming off a ACL injury and a year ago and battled through it and had a really good senior season.
Her first free throw is good. Second one on the way here. Off the back of the iron, won't go. Nebraska on the board. They'll take it back down the floor. A lot of good players here from a bunch of different classes, and there's another one right there. And Albrecht, once again, Alexandria Albrecht with her second three of the game, 6-1. She's got all 6 of Nebraska's points to start it.
We watched her play a lot this year, and she can really light it up from the outside.
Going to Morningside at the next level, playing in the NAIA as well. A lot of NAIA products here, especially in the G-Pack. They control the area, Coach.
They do. It's we talk about it a lot, but if you want high-level competition, the G-Pack is the place to be.
Considering they had 2 of the final 4 teams in the NAIA postseason tournament, I would agree with you. Driving inside, Nebraska trying again is Albrecht. The foul will be called this time. So obviously when you're coming into a game like this, you don't have a lot of time with the kids to set up plays and stuff. You get a couple hours before the game, obviously, but a lot of it's just these kids needing to play pickup, needing to play together, pass the ball, right?
Absolutely. That's one thing you really try to reinforce with them is you want ball movement. You don't want a one-on-one show.
Cameron Summervold with the steal there for South Dakota. Working down the floor is Claire Woods out of Sioux Falls, Washington. Down low, throws it back up top. Extra pass and a three-pointer. There's the ball movement you want to see in a game like this, and Summervold buries it.
She led Dakota Valley to another state tournament appearance this year, and they've got some great young kids coming at Dakota Valley too.
Oh, yeah. Deflected pass and taken away by Allan. That's Sammy Allan for Crofton. Down the floor, stolen right back by South Dakota, Ashley Brewer. Getting work in defensively in the transition game. Both teams moving quickly here, up and down the floor. 7:25 on the clock. We're in the first quarter. 6-4, Nebraska leads over South Dakota. Now, Coach, you played in these games back in the day. Mm-hmm. What are bragging rights looking like for the next year after this?
You want it. Anytime you get a chance to compete, it's always a great opportunity. Obviously, this has a little bit of extra stuff to it being South Dakota and Nebraska.
Down the floor, a transition game bucket here. That was Sammy Wemhoff. Nebraska leads 8-4 over South Dakota, starting things off. One of the things that is really special about this game is all the different classes we're seeing. As another 3 goes down from Somerville, that is her second here. We're seeing, obviously, classes from as high as you get to as low as you get, which is fun.
You got Claire Woods from Sioux Falls, Washington. It's a high school of about 2,500 kids. And then you got kids like Casey Volker from Coleman Egan. That's got about 75 kids.
It's perfect. And you get to see them battle each other only in all-star games like this. This is fun. 8-7 your score now after that last 3. Doesn't try again here. She'll drive instead and is fouled. Somerville will go to the free throw line. 3rd and 4th free throws being taken by South Dakota. The second trip to the line for them. Nebraska has not got there yet. We're about 3.5 minutes in. 6:17 on the clock of the first quarter.
We do have South Dakota officials, and we did pay them a little bit of extra money beforehand. So.
I was going to ask, man. I figured. Couple of substitutions here. Brooke Jensen checking in out of Vermillion. She's going to be staying home at the next level, committed to USD. It's a good story there.
Her brother plays here at the Mount, one of our starters for the men's basketball program, in Jake Jensen.
3-pointer on the right wing. New. Going back down the floor, it's South Dakota. Driving the right wing, going inside. South Dakota working down low on Cassie Allan. Nearly deflected. Jensen going to put up a 2 here. Off the side of the iron, won't go. Allan on the board. She'll take it back right to left. Nebraska down the floor, teammate to teammate here. A couple of Crofton players. 3-pointers short. Rebound Lennox Dupree out of Pierre.
Dupree will be unofficially right now, but she'll be announcing later this week that she will be coming here to Mount Marty. And so we're excited about having a first team All-Stater at the AA level playing for us next year.
Speaking of a Mount Marty commit, another one just checked into the game out of Crofton there, Coach.
Yeah, we're excited about Jada a lot. She's a special kid and just works her tail off, and she's going to be a great fit here at Mount.
Once again, another couple of players that are actually playing together or against each other in this one, and they're going to be playing together next year at Mount Marty.
Yes.
Another 2-pointer, good. Colbaum with the 2 there. Claire Woods, excuse me.
I got to coach Claire yesterday. I coached the AA All-Stars at the 3-class shootout, and Claire got to play for me, and Lennox got to play for me yesterday, so that was a lot of fun. And bragging rights, we beat Class A and Class B both. So.
Well done, Coach, well done. Jensen working inside again, and that's why she's going D1. Scores through contact, Brooke Jensen. Going to USD next year once again. Great addition to that program.
Yes.
3-pointer good, top of the arc. Nebraska, that's Jada Allan. Her first points of this one.
We'll be expecting that next year, too.
I'll let her know. Jensen's got it on the perimeter again. She'll give it over now. And a whistle blown as Claire Woods was working inside. Foul on Nebraska here. Inbound, Woods. That would be Colbaum. Once again, a lot of different different jerseys today. A lot of different players wearing the same number, which is going to be fun. I love that.
had a really good year this year, and she's one of those girls that could play multiple sports at the next level. She's deciding to play volleyball at Bellevue, but she's a heck of a volleyball player, but really good basketball player as well.
A couple of Elk Point Jefferson players here today, and Ashley Brewer and Bentley Kohlbaum. As you said, Kohlbaum going to be going to Bellevue to play volleyball, which is pretty fun.
Yes. They had a great year. They were 16-4 in the regular season and end up their region. 5 of the top 9 teams in the state were in the same region, so they end up getting beat out early.
Down low, two-pointer won't go for Nebraska. South Dakota in transition. Jensen throwing it down the floor, and a two-pointer is up and good. That's Ryan Hansen out of Lennox. With the assist to Brooke Jensen. Couple of Crofton players working down the floor here. Allan with it, now up top, Weeblehouse. Allan again, blocked on the shot, down low. Jensen came in screaming from the post to get a hand on that one.
It's a big block. I'm excited for Brooke to see what she can do at the next level, and she's got a great work ethic, had a great career at Vermilion High School.
Nebraska inbounding, and they'll turn it over down the floor. It's South Dakota. 14-14, a great pass, and 2 go. That's Kohlbaum who finished it. Woods with the assist.
Claire is just a prototypical point guard. She just sees the floor so well. She's not really a shoot-first type of a player. She just gets her teammates involved. And obviously at Sioux Falls, Washington, that's a storied program in South Dakota.
Three-pointer once again goes in. Jada Allan. See that in Lancer Blue next year on this court. Three-pointer in answer. Won't go this time for Dupree. Nebraska back down the floor. Allan again. Passes to her teammate now. There are 4 different Crofton Warriors playing here today.
Tells you why they went to the state tournament and got 3rd this year, huh?
Tells you why they go every year. Maggie Moon has done an incredible job with that program. Down the floor, two-pointer again. Rattles in this time. Good for Claire Woods. South Dakota leads 21-14 right at the moment. Down the floor, Nebraska. Blocked shot, own board. Won't go on the second chance. Lennox Dupree taking it left to right here for South Dakota. Out of Pier. Throws it down low. Great pass.
Great look.
Claire Woods again with the finish. Dupree with the pass. By my count, Claire Woods has got 6 today. Unofficial stats, but I'm going to be keeping track of them myself as we've got, once again, Jada Allan scoring. That should be 8, and I believe tied for a game high with Summervold of South Dakota.
Well, I would say as the voice of the Lancers, any stat that you keep should be the official stat.
We're just going to say Lancers by 20, end of game, every game next year. I think that's what we're going to do.
There you go.
Jensen 3 won't go. Allan on the rebound. Nebraska back working in transition. A lot of players ready to check in here in front of us at the scorers table. 5 fresh faces here for Nebraska about to go in, and another 4 for South Dakota. And right at the moment, I don't know if you can see it on the broadcast or not, both benches are completely empty. Everybody is either in front of the scorers table ready to check in or already in the game. And I love this.
If you're watching at home, look at the front of the scorers table, not the bench. We do have extra players here today.
And there they all stand up.
Substitutes in for both Nebraska and South Dakota.
That's why it's perfect to have 10 girls in an all-star game.
Oh, yeah.
Easy substitution patterns.
Easy. Free throws good here for Jade Whirl. And it is 23-17 your score. Home team South Dakota is leading here in this one. Nebraska got off to an early lead. South Dakota has really came storming back. Three-pointer won't go this time. Defensive board brought in for J.J. Black. Three-pointer in transition. Good again. Another Allan. That's Sammy out of Crofton.
Teammate connection there. You could hear her yell at her sister and tell her to give her the ball, and sister listened.
They always love seeing siblings play on the same team.
Yes.
It can get chippy, and it's all love. You love it. Down low, a two-pointer. Out of bounds.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting situation with the three Allens. You got the two twins, and then Jada's the first cousin, but their fathers are twins.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times Jada gets confused as being one of the sisters because they look a lot alike.
It's a close family and a lot of very good players over the years. Nebraska out in transition. Two-pointer won't go on the fast break. South Dakota on the board. They'll take it back down. Got a 2-on-3 here. Working inside.
Good
Another
move.
shot. Another good move.
Good move.
Kohlbaum again. Should have 6 for her. 25-20 score. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Nebraska. Final shot of the quarter incoming. Three-pointer. Won't go. 2 seconds on the clock. Got her on board. Put it back up and a foul. Effort plays. You love seeing that. Sammy Allan. There's a reason she led Crofton this year.
Yeah, she's just such a workhorse, and you love all three of those Allen girls. They play so hard, Tehl. They could be up 20, down 20. It doesn't matter. They play the same level of intensity and care about the game.
First shot is good for Sammy Allan. Second shot incoming, and there's about 0.6 left, so that'll about do it for the quarter. We'll take a quick break and come back with the second after this free throw as Allan makes it. 1 quarter in the books of girls high school basketball. South Dakota versus Nebraska. South Dakota's got the advantage, 25-22 after 1. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to KYN TV. We'll thank a few of our sponsors. That first quarter from Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC.
Behind every diagnosis, every procedure, and every comforting word stands a doctor who gives their all. Yankton Medical Clinic takes this opportunity on Doctors Day, March 30th, to honor their hard work and selfless care. Their commitment to healing and improving lives is truly inspiring. Today and every day, their efforts are valued and appreciated. With sincere gratitude, Yankton Medical Clinic recognizes and celebrates the dedication of doctors everywhere.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC. James and I are having a beef.
Well, let's get things rolling here for the second quarter of action here. 9:50 on the clock, just underway in the second quarter, and already a two-pointer good out of Elkhorn Valley. Scoring there, it's J.J. Black. Once again, she's 6'2", and a great future ahead of her playing at Wayne State.
You know, the ball movement has been really good today, Tehl. They're sharing the ball well, they're moving the ball well, making extra passes. It's been fun to see. Typically not what happens in an all-star game.
No, it's been really fun here. All-star game, obviously, a lot of these players, maybe a couple of them have played together, like these Crofton players you see going down the floor, but a lot of them playing together for the first time. It's hard to get rolling in that first quarter. In the first quarter, we're seeing extra passes, three-pointers, a lot of good assists down the floor in the transition game. This has been fun.
Well, you get a high-scoring first quarter, 25-22, and so you're on pace for 100 points. That's a good start.
Allan back at the free throw line. I think we got a lane violation here.
Yeah, Brooke almost did a somersault while the shot was getting put up.
Free throw good here for Sammy Allan. So 26-25, Nebraska will now take back the lead after a couple of quick buckets here to start off the second quarter. That first quarter, once again, from Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. As we go to the second here now, Jensen with a turnaround jumper. It'll go. Brooke Jensen again. She just makes it look easy.
Yeah. Uses her body well, and she's one of those girls that can score at all three levels. She shoots the three and penetrates well.
Another three-pointer. Nebraska got that one in. Sandy Wemhoff again.
Brooke Jensen, another nice 15-footer. That's why I said that's what's so tough about her. She can score at the rim. She can score at, that mid-range area. She's going to help the Coyotes out in the future.
How often do you see teach tape in an all-star game? That's what Brooke Jensen is every time you see her.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Another couple of free throws coming in. This time it's Alexandria Albrecht out of Homer. First shot no good. I think the refs heard us in the first quarter when we were saying, oh, we got South Dakota refs here. That's what's going on.
They're balancing it out now. That's what they're doing.
Shout out our officials today, a couple of people from the community and a grad student here in the basketball program for Mount Marty. Doing a good job.
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
Gotta love that they're giving their time here for this. 29-29 is your score here. Tied up. Minute and a half into the second quarter. Three-pointer for South Dakota. Good once again. Cameron Somervold again.
That's her third three. She will be a really good player at the next level. She's just had such a great career.
By my count, the first player to reach double figures today. I've got her at 11. Foul here comes in on South Dakota. That'll be on Casey Hansen. And that's 3 on South Dakota already in the quarter. Yeah, they really did hear us.
Yeah, they did. Might have to get half of my $20 back, though.
Now, when you played in these, when was the last one that you played in?
See, I graduated in 1992, Tehl, so that was back when they were still using peach baskets and sticks to get the ball out.
Now, did you win those games?
We always won. Tehl.
Yeah, there you go.
The best part about getting older is you can always lie and just say you won every game that you played in.
Jensen on the inbound here for South Dakota. Into the lane. Fadeaway shot again. Rattles in. Brooke Jensen continues her good day. She's got 8. 34-31. South Dakota with the advantage here. South Dakota once again clears their bench. 4 players walk over to check in as a three-pointer won't go for Nebraska. Down the floor, taking it here. That's Cameron Somervold again, throwing it up the floor. Jensen tries a 3 in transition. Buries it. She's feeling it now.
It's had a huge second quarter. Both teams, though, they go on a little bit of runs, and no one's been able to shake anybody, and that's kind of what you want when you got this much talent. Very closely contested game.
Ball out of bounds by South Dakota. Another 9 players check in fresh. Seems like both teams have kind of worked out. They've got their 2 sets coming in, which I guess in a game like this, it's what you want to do, not only to keep everybody fresh, but to keep them comfortable with each other.
Absolutely, and we tried to build the roster so you kind of had a balance between guards and bigs so that you could actually do that when your rotations happen.
Lennox Dupree jumping a pass, working down the floor. South Dakota's got it. Jensen, same spot, same result. Knocks down a tray, 40-31. Brooke Jensen's kind of taken over the game, and all of a sudden South Dakota leads by 9.
Yeah, she's kind of went on a little 10-0 run by herself here.
Nebraska with it. That's a Wildcat. Throw over to the right wing. Crofton Warrior driving. Throw back over. Left wing on the line. Didn't launch the 3. Good passing here, but it's once again a defensive play made by Lennox Dupree. Down the floor, 2-pointer. No good for South Dakota, but an offensive board on the putback. Dupree in the corner. She'll throw it up top. 3-pointer again. Will go for South Dakota. Another one for Claire Woods.
Nebraska needs a bucket here.
Nebraska's fallen behind. South Dakota's really opened things up from the 3 here in the last 2 minutes. 43-31. Once again, South Dakota did lead at the quarter break, 25-22 by only 3. They've extended that now to 12. 6:05 on the clock here. We are in the second quarter. Once again, game 1 of 2 today. Boys All-Star game will be coming up next. A lot of area stars similar to this one. South Dakota, Nebraska. 3-pointer, no for Nebraska. Out of bounds. Goes back to Sodak.
Lexi Weberhaus shot that, one of 4 Crofton seniors playing today.
Great year they had for sure. Down the floor, a lot of contact here. Whistle blows, and looks like we're going to see South Dakota inbounding. Jade Worley with the foul there. Jensen with it again. Jensen, what a lay there. Oh, Brooke Jensen using all of her length on that one. I've got her at 16, easily a game high. 45-31 is your score. South Dakota on top. Large part to Jensen's great second quarter. Nebraska trying to answer here. Worley with the two-pointer.
They needed that basket badly, kind of end that run.
5:20 on the clock, fadeaway two, Jensen. Oh, she missed a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, something, wow.
It's about the first one she's missed out of the last 7 attempts.
On a tear right now. You can see why she's a D1 prospect and going to the University of South Dakota. Three-pointer miss this time. Down the floor is Dupree. She'll give to Hansen. Hansen for two. She'll hit. Hansen's got 4 now. Scored back in the first quarter. Now another one here. Down the floor, Jada Allan throws right wing. Cross-court pass all the way over. Drive, 2. Through a little bit of contact. Can't find it off the window. Oh, board.
Good board.
Foul.
She did a good job of continuing after she missed and super aggressive going after that rebound.
And now gets free throws out of the deal.
Skyler, she'll be going to Midland, so another GPAC team that will be getting a good area athlete.
Out of Norfolk High School. Norfolk, good programs over the last couple of years for sure.
Yeah, really good programs, and coached by Ben Reese. Ben was a really good player at University of South Dakota, and he's jumping over to the boys' side next year down in Norfolk.
Indra will make both here. And then we'll check out. A lot of substitutions here for both teams, keeping everybody fresh and getting everybody just as much playing time as you can. Want to see everybody on the floor. Husky with it up top, Husky to Husky here.
Yeah, a little teammate to teammate.
Ashley Brewer inside, two-pointer, no, from near the elbow. Offensive board again. South Dakota's getting active on the O boards here. And a foul.
Ryan's such a tough kid.
Sammy Allan will commit the foul. Inbound for Woods. Up top, Dupree again. Dupree, crossover. Good movement here. Drew the double team, found the open player. 3 didn't go, but what a find there.
Great move, absolutely.
That's going to be in a Lancer jersey next year.
Yeah, she's
like
just
that.
such a prototypical point guard. I've already seen it today, 3 or 4 beautiful passes to teammates for baskets, and she just knows how to set people up.
Missed 3 from Allan there from Crofton. One of the Allans, that's Sammy. Got 3 of them on the floor here for Crofton. 3 won't go for South Dakota either. 47-35 is your score. We are in quarter number 2. Missed shot, but an old board again, chasing it down. There was Allan on the perimeter. 3-pointer, no. A lot of threes being taken
There
today.
is now. And you'll start to see that when they start to get tired, because you don't have as much dribble penetration that takes place, and you just end up settling for a lot of jump shots.
Ball out of bounds. Give us a chance to thank our second quarter sponsor here in First Dakota National Bank. First Dakota National Bank is South Dakota's first chartered bank and offers personal, business, and ag banking services, plus wealth and trust management and private banking. First Dakota is member FDIC, equal housing lender, equal opportunity employer. 3:10 away from our halftime show from Olson's Pest. There's going to be a little bit of time between games here, Coach. There's going to be a 3-point contest a little later as Allan takes away a pass down in transition and one. Sammy Allan.
Bring a little energy back to Team Nebraska with that play and get the free throw and get it back into single digits here.
Ryan Hansen, her second. Substitutes in for South Dakota.
A couple of Crofton Warriors I've got tied for a team high in points with 8 in Sammy Allan and Jada Allan. Sammy trying to add to that. And an and one shot, a three-point play for the senior.
3 minutes to go. Nebraska needs to get a stop here, another basket, and start making this a little interesting.
Speaking of going to the next level, Sammy Allan committed to Briar Cliff, and Briar Cliff made it to the Fab Four in the NAIA this year, joining a good program.
Yeah, very good program. 1 point away from being in a national championship game.
Yep. Almost had GPAC versus GPAC in that one. 2:38 on the clock, drive, and a foul comes in. Another thing we're seeing here today, Coach, are you getting a little bit of scouting in here? Because you're gonna play against a lot of these players next year.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I think James Simbrick had tweeted out right after the national championship, but since 2001, so the last 24 years, 16 of the national champions have been from the GPAC.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
That's just incredible. Obviously going back, switching to the divisions of NAIA, but we've been in the same one for a couple years now, and back-to-back for Dort of the GPAC. A couple of free throws for Nebraska, and we're at 47-40. South Dakota with the lead. Team South Dakota has got it right at the moment. Ashley Brewer. She's going to find Summervold, and it's taken away here.
Bucket here makes it interesting, Tehl.
Albrecht working around up top, guarded by Dupree. It's down to a 7-point game again. South Dakota had it up to 12 a moment ago. A three-pointer won't go this time. Rebound South Dakota. Cameron Summervold, who had a great first quarter, throws it left. Now over to Dupree from Pierre. 1:50 on the clock before we go to halftime in a 7-point game. Two-pointer foul.
Good cut. Somerville's had a really nice first half for Team South Dakota.
I believe that would have been Wemhoff with the foul. Free throws here for Summervold.
The other best thing about an all-star game is you can't foul out, Tehl.
No. Does that mean you should play uber aggressive is what you're saying?
Should, yes.
Block from Dupree, knocked that one out of bounds. Nebraska will take it in on the baseline. Lennox Dupree, not the biggest player, 5'7", but man, she can jump out of the gym.
She can. She's super athletic. Plays a lot bigger than what she is. You know, she averaged 18 points a game this year for Pierre at the AA level in South Dakota, and led them to a state tournament this year. So she had a great season.
49-40. South Dakota has the advantage for the moment. Team South Dakota with the ball, and now it's taken away. Stolen ball here by Jada Allan. Allan, another GPAC commit here at Mount Marty. Bounce pass over left wing, drive inside. Another two-pointer is up. Double dribble.
Skylar kind of got that ball hooked up on her hip and wasn't able to corral it before she put it out on the floor again.
Just over a minute left in the first half. Once again, we've got a lot coming up later in this day, not just in this game, Coach. We've got a three-point contest and a boys game coming up.
Yeah, I'm excited for the boys game too.
Down the floor. Foul.
It's good take by Jada.
Jada Allan again. Back to the free throw line. 53 seconds left, first half.
I know we talked about it earlier, but the Crofton girls just play with so much aggression when they play. They're hard-nosed, tough kids. Play it well on both ends of the floor. They're defensive-minded players too, so you know you're getting a player that can do it on both ends of the floor.
You've had a couple of Crofton commits over the last couple of years. I can see why you
they're
speak highly of them.
Yeah, we'll take as many of those kids as we can get.
50 seconds left in the first half. Dupree, good move once again. She'll finish. Lennox Dupree with the two there.
Lennox Dupree for South Dakota.
Nebraska looking for a three this time. Working inside. Reverse layup will go.
It's a nice reverse layup.
That's Worley. I think she's got about 6. Dupree trying a 3 here and banks it in. Lennox Dupree rocks a tray for South Dakota. Smile on her face as she works down the floor. I don't know if she called bank, but it worked.
I don't know if she did or not, but Jada just had another great take. Just went right through Summervold on that. If she was wearing a Mount Marty jersey, I probably would have told the ref it was a foul as well. But
not going to get on the refs too much in this one.
Not today.
Last second shot, no, and that'll take us to halftime. 8-point advantage for Team South Dakota here in this one, 54-46. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. How long is between games here, Coach?
We're 10-minute halftime, and then we'll do a 15-minute between. So
perfect. Well, We'll take a quick break here. We'll come back in a couple of minutes, start talking over some of that individual stats from the first half. Alongside Allan Bertram, I'm Tehl Tanner. This is the South Dakota-Nebraska Boys and Girls All-Star Game.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
With the Build Dakota Scholarship, the math is simple. 0 student loans, 0 job hunt drama, and 0 things holding you back. All those zeros add up to a 100% full ride to a South Dakota technical college. With degrees in nursing, engineering, agriculture, automotive, and way more, hundreds of careers are right at your fingertips. Scholarship applications are open now through March 31st. Apply in 3 easy steps at BuildDakotaScholarships.com.
Doctors change lives with every patient they treat. On Doctors Day, March 30th, Yankton Medical Clinic expresses deep appreciation for those who devote their time, skill, and compassion to the well-being of others. Their relentless pursuit of healing and their tireless dedication do not go unnoticed. To all doctors, thank you for making a difference every day. Yankton Medical Clinic proudly celebrates Doctors Day, March 30th, with gratitude and respect.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC. James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
All right, let's go ahead and start off our halftime show from Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Find out more today at 800-KIL-BUGS.com. That's KILBUGS.com. We'll roll through some of the individual scoring from the first half. It's not 100% accurate. These are stats I'm keeping track of myself as we are rolling through this one, but it'll give you a good idea of where each player is kind of at here. So we'll start it off with Team South Dakota, as they do have the lead at half. 54-46 over Team Nebraska. South Dakota led after one as well, 25-22. They've extended that lead up to 8 at halftime. We still got another half, another 20 minutes of basketball incoming, 6 minutes away from the start of the second half. Let's roll through the individual scoring here. First up for Ryan Hansen, I've got her at 4 points. Casey Hansen has 1 today. Brooke Jensen has 16. Bentley Kolbaum has 6. Cameron Somervold has 13 today, had a great start. Claire Woods adding 9. Lennox Dupree with 5, and she's been defensively a bulldog today. For Team Nebraska, Sammy Allan and Jada Allan are leading the way. I got Sammy with 9 and Jada with 10. Sammy Wemhoff with 5. Jade Worley at 6. Alexandria Albrecht hit 2 threes to start the game. I've got her at about 6 points. JJ Black is 2, and Skylar Indra has 2 as well. Once again, not 100% accurate, but that'll give you a little bit of a idea of who's scoring today. Those are what I'm keeping track of myself as the game is rolling on. We're in our halftime show from Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Find out more today at 800KILBUGS.com. Let's go ahead and take another break here. We'll come back in another couple of minutes. Get back with Allan Bertram, the head coach of the Mount Marty Lancers, as we start off the second half in this South Dakota-Nebraska boys and girls high school all-star game. Bragging rights on the line here. Which state's better at basketball? That's what we're deciding here today, and I think it's 100% end-all be-all. Whoever wins this game is better at basketball, and it's just what it is. It's just you heard it here. So we'll take a break. We'll come back in a couple minutes and keep things rolling on the Olson Pest Technicians halftime show.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Carson Heinemeyer. I'm going to school at Southeast Tech to become a mechanic.
Carson partnered with Auto Mastery on a Build Dakota scholarship.
I wanted to work on cars, then walked into the shop. Then I got brought back to Mike, and I think we just hit it off from there.
Auto Mastery pays half of Carson's scholarship, and the Build Dakota grant covers the other half.
Well, I heard that I can get out of school with very minimum debt or no debt, and I was sold from there on.
For more, go to yanktonsd.com.
Behind every diagnosis, every procedure, and every comforting word stands a doctor who gives their all. Yankton Medical Clinic takes this opportunity on Doctors Day, March 30th, to honor their hard work and selfless care. Their commitment to healing and improving lives is truly inspiring. Today and every day, their efforts are valued and appreciated. With sincere gratitude, Yankton Medical Clinic recognizes and celebrates the dedication of doctors everywhere.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Nora is a Runza insider.
Yeah, little secret for you. You know Runza burgers?
I do know them.
You can get one with Swiss cheese.
Right.
And mushrooms.
Okay.
Just ask for
the Swiss mushroom burger?
How'd you know?
It's right there on the menu. Come get your Swiss mushroom burger today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Well, let's start the second half here for the South Dakota-Nebraska boys and girls high school all-star games on KYN-TV. I'm Tehl Tanner alongside Allan Bertram, the head coach of Mount Marty women's basketball, which is the host site here. We are in the campus of Mount Marty University, the Cimpl Arena in the River City, right on the border here between Nebraska and South Dakota. Seemed like the perfect place to host this.
It really is. We're right on the South Dakota-Nebraska border, and so many of these kids are only within a hour to 90 minutes away from here, so it's close for their fans. You look across us, and Cimpl Arena has got a lot of people here today, and just for the first game already, with more people coming for the guys' game, and we can't thank the people enough to who all came out today, Tehl. I mean, it's a great way to get this tradition started all over again.
We got nearly a packed house, I'm telling you what.
Yeah. Beautiful day for basketball. Probably helps out a little bit that the weather's not quite as nice as it was on Friday.
I feel like that's basketball weather right there.
Agreed.
You know what? Actually, yeah, it's your fault that we're now seeing bad weather. You decided to have basketball this late in the year, and the weather followed.
That's true.
We'll start off the second half. South Dakota's going to start things with the ball. They did change up their starting five. Nebraska's going to roll with the same five as the start of the game. South Dakota starts everybody who didn't start in the first half, plus Casey Hansen, who will start in both of these two halves. Quick miss shot for South Dakota. Working down the floor right to left is Team South Dakota. Left to right, Nebraska here, switching sides, obviously. Allan working inside. Nope, she's going to be turned away. Good defense from Jensen of South Dakota. Three-pointer, no. Both teams missed a shot to start off the ball game here in the second half.
High-scoring first half, though, 54 and 46 for both teams. You're on pace for over 100, and that's what you want out of an all-star game.
It's exactly what you want in an all-star game. One thing I loved from the first half, Coach, was the ball movement. You don't see a lot of ball movement here in all-star games, but that first half, everybody was passing really well.
You don't, Tehl, and I think part of that speaks to the IQ level of these kids. They know how to play basketball the right way, and a lot of times you do see a lot of one-on-one play in all-star games, but today the kids have done a great job of trying to find the open teammate, and a lot of that is the reason why they've put up the amount of points that they have right now as well.
Bentley Kohlbaum will hit the first shot of the second half here at the free throw line. I've got her for about 7 here today. Another shot incoming. She's got 8. It's both at the stripe that time. Back down the floor, it's Team Nebraska. Casey Allan gives Sammy, rotating it back up top. Now it's Albrecht. Albrecht hit a couple of quick threes to start the game. Now giving it to J.J. Black. Two-pointer, no. Got her own rebound. Has a height advantage. Made a couple there. J.J. Black, she's 6'2", out of Elkhorn Valley.
They played in the state championship down in Nebraska this year.
Jensen getting a little tricky there. Bailed out of a three as she found an open player down low.
It was the right pass, too, Tehl.
Well, that's what you see in an all-star game. A different teammate. It wasn't like, oh, she can do things like that. 8:22 on the clock. Drive and a 2.
Nice take.
And another good bucket.
The drive in the basket for Sammy Wemhoff.
Sammy Wemhoff has had some really quality plays offensively.
Yes, she has. Wemhoff, I've got her for about 9 here.
Claire stepped out of bounds on the baseline when she went to penetrate.
Claire Woods has had a good day despite that, though. A lot of great passes, and I've got her for 9 points so far. 56-50 your score. Team South Dakota leads Team Nebraska here. Still early in the second half. J.J. Black again got her own board for the second time and then is fouled. Black at 6'2", kind of towering over everybody else here.
We played against her older sister this year. Her older sister, Carney, plays down at Nebraska Westland. Going to be a senior next year. Really nice player.
J.J. Black once again committed to Wayne State. going to play high at the next level.
Wayne's looking for a new coach. Brent resigned earlier this week, so it'll be interesting to see what direction they go in for that.
About 2.5 minutes into the third quarter, it's Jensen with it again out of Vermilion. Throws it into the corner. Three-pointer up and good. Couple of teammates connecting there. Jensen with the assist. Casey Hansen with the three. You also love seeing that. Teammate-to-teammate connections
absolutely.
for the final time, too. A couple of seniors.
Wemhoff again.
And Wemhoff once again. Wemhoff is really having a great game here today.
Nebraska sticking right with them. You know, they were down 12 there late in the second quarter and now have cut it to 5.
59-54, your score. South Dakota still with the advantage. Took the advantage late in the first quarter after a hot start for Team Nebraska, and they've held it ever since. Nebraska's starting to threaten here. South Dakota with a two-pointer here. Bentley Kohlbaum again, trying to extend that. She'll reach double figures as well now. She's got 10. 6:30 left, third quarter. Team South Dakota by 7. Allan with it. Trying to give over to her sister, and it's taken away. Back down the floor. Woods can't hit the two in transition. Albrecht with the board. She'll take it back left to right. Thank our third quarter sponsor in Yankton Thrive. Two-pointer, Allan. No. High school seniors in South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, or Minnesota, this is a call to you. How would you like a full-ride scholarship to one of the 4 technical schools in South Dakota? Find more at Yankton Thrive's Build Your Career program at yanktonsd.com. Two-pointer won't go there for Ryan Hansen. And a couple of substitutions again here for both teams.
I want to thank all of our viewers today too, tuning in from all over the place, Tehl, to watch this. People who couldn't make it or family members who live far away. It's we're very honored that KYNT and yourself were able to live stream this event.
And probably a lot of teammates of these players, like Jada Allan, who is just having an incredible day from beyond the arc. That, I believe, is her third 3 and her 13th point today. In answer, short 3 for Team South Dakota. We'll give it back to Nebraska. Lead is down to 4, Coach.
Yeah, they've just whittled away at this thing and have made it competitive here. Big possession here for Team Nebraska.
Nebraska can cut it down here within a single point or single
Nice
possession. Step back won't go. South Dakota back with it. Summervoid. Out of bounds. Team South Dakota will keep it.
South Dakota's kind of went in a little bit of a drought here offensively. Need to get some things going here.
54 points in the first half. They've been held to 7 so far through the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. Free throws incoming, though. Add a couple to it. Cameron Summervold going to take a couple here. Summervold's already got 13 today. He's had a great day. First free throw won't go. Summervold also committed to Wayne State. As we said, a couple of players playing against each other in J.J. Black and Cameron Summervold going to be playing together next year at the D2 level. Another shot good this time. Summervold's got 14. Her last 3 all at the charity stripe, by the way. Whistle blows. Out of bounds. Lennox Dupree back with it. A couple of Mount Marty commits been playing very well today, Coach, as Dupree hits another one. You got 2 of them here, and both of them are having good days.
And guarding each other on that particular play right there. Lennox just has such a great left hand and knows how to go either direction, and that's where she's really good right there. She's already had 3 steals today and just poked the ball away again.
Still covered by Nebraska, though. Can't finish on the shot. Ball knocked out by South Dakota. They'll get another chance, though. 64-57. So as you said, it was a couple of your commits battling down there, and there was a score. So does that mean one of them's in trouble and the other one's in good graces?
Yeah,
like what?
That's a no-win situation there, right? And they're guarding each
now
other,
they're guarding each other again. Future teammates. We love seeing this.
Nice
Allan.
move,
Oh, what a move. Now they score on each other. A couple of future teammates. They're going to be fun to watch in Lancer jerseys next year. Jada Allen's got 15 by my count today now.
She's having a heck of a day.
Dupree nearly, nope, didn't save it. Had the foot on the out of bounds line over there.
Scoring's picked up a little bit here now.
5-point game. About 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Another Crofton player with it. Now Allan again. Three-pointer good. Jada Allan is having a day. She's got 18, and I believe that is now a game high, passing Brooke Jensen.
Cut the game to 2. Now Ryan Hansen goes right back strong, move to the basket. Couldn't get it to fall, though. Oh.
I think they were passing that one to you, Coach.
They were. I would have shot it if I would have caught it.
Think you can make a half quarter sitting down right here?
I might be able to.
I think you got that.
Joe Van Gore giving me some advice.
Hey, he's been doing it a long time.
Yes, he has.
Three-pointer once again, Lennox Dupree. She's got 10 now. A lot of great performances here today. A lot of players in double figures in scoring and good defensive balls like that one too. Dupree getting active on the defensive end. Looking like a bulldog defensively, Coach.
Yeah,
she's jumping every pass.
She's a complete player. She plays both ends of the floor really, really well, and just we watched her play 5 or 6 games this year, and the way she controls the game at the high school level is just I haven't seen it happen very often, and we're really excited about Lennox.
Working inside, product out of Hartington, Newcastle. Now gives it over to the right wing. Crofton can't hit the shot. Two-pointer, no. But a foul comes in. Going back to the free throw line here is Skylar Indra.
It's a great board. That's a second really solid offensive rebound that Skylar's had this game, where she just crashed the glass really hard, and good things have happened. She's been to the foul line both times.
And she's 3 of 3 from the stripe now too. Made both in her first trip to the stripe, and her 4th shot incoming from the free throw line. And she's still perfect. 4 for 4 from the stripe, 4 points today. 67-64 is your score now. Nebraska has cut it down to 3 with 3 to play in the third quarter.
Nice.
Good feed inside, and a better defensive recovery from Cassie Allan. Down the floor, Allan gives Jada Allan now. Guarded by Dupree, working inside. Double team came in. Got to get rid of it, and it's stolen away. Team South Dakota back down the floor. Outnumbered here. They'll slow up. Three-pointer in transition. Won't go. Taken back by Team Nebraska.
Just a 3-point game here. This is a huge possession for Nebraska here. Just 2 minutes to go in the third.
Nebraska trying to tie things up. Three-pointer, no. Team South Dakota with the rebound. Ball knocked out here. And jump ball called. Players diving for loose balls in an all-star game, Coach. I love what I'm seeing here.
Doesn't happen often, does it? And we talked about this. This is what's so unique about this all-star game is you have a little bit more juice to it. You got that rivalry. You got the little bit of bragging rights when it comes to who's better, South Dakota or Nebraska.
Three-pointer won't tie the game. Ball knocked out, nearly out again. It's saved. Was Casey Hansen with the save, and it's Jensen with it. Both products out of Vermilion. Two-pointer, no. Offensive board, down low. Jensen tries again, and it's blocked.
JJ Black.
Wayne
that does
product.
Not happen to Jensen very often.
JJ Black committed to Wayne State. She'll be a great addition. South Dakota will get it back here, though. A couple of substitutions for Team Nebraska once again. 67-64, your score, 151 on the clock. This has got to be special for both these coaches as well, because obviously for John Brooks out of Vermilion and Maggie Moon out of Crofton, they're coaching their own kids for the final time.
Yeah, it is, and competed. Both these coaches competed against a lot of these kids. Nice move by Cameron.
Oof, good two-pointer.
Great spin move.
Somervold again. She's got 16 now, tying her teammate Jensen for a team high. Game high is still Jada Allan with 18 by my count. JJ Black again. Black's got 6 now for Team Nebraska. Back to a 3-point game, 69-66 your score. 1:15 on the clock here in the third quarter. Jensen, right wing, goes down low now. Floater inside, 2-pointer. Little contact, maybe it's just an all-star game, so we don't call that one.
That's
down the floor here, Allan. Kick out, 3-pointer for Nebraska. Tie ball game at 69.
That's Allie's first 3 since she went and hit those early ones, and very much needed basket there by Nebraska.
Yeah, hit 2 back-to-back to start off the game pretty much, and now we're tied up. 3-pointer South Dakota, no. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. We're going to be in for a fun finish to this one, Coach.
You know the rule in all-star game for referees, right? No overtime.
No overtime. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Team South Dakota has got it. Go left wing, 3-pointer again. Short. Defensive board. Nebraska with one final chance here. Clock winding down. It's at 15. Albrecht gives Allan. Allan inside. Cassie Allan hits it. I believe that might be Cassie Allan's first points. Came in a good moment. Nebraska takes back their first lead of the game since the first 5 minutes. 3-pointer doesn't go at the buzzer. We go to the fourth quarter, 71-69. Team Nebraska leads Team South Dakota. Back in 60 seconds, we'll go to the fourth. Alongside Allan, Bertram, I'm Tehl Tanner. This is KYN-TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Bicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
All right, let's go ahead and start off this fourth quarter. It's been a fun game and a fun third quarter for Team Nebraska as they're able to take back the lead going into the fourth. South Dakota trying to tie up the game here, and they will. So we're going to start off this fourth quarter tied up at 71 in this Nebraska-South Dakota high school girls all-star game.
And now it gets real. Now you'll see these girls even inch it up even a little bit tougher, a little bit more intensity because you got 9 minutes of basketball left, and this is a tie game.
Doesn't matter if it's an all-star game. They see fourth quarter, and they're like, all right, time to go. To illustrate my point, Jensen working in the paint. Can't hit the shot. Defensive board, Black. Down the floor, here comes Team Nebraska again. Tie game at 71. Allan with it on the perimeter. Cassie Allan hits a 2. Allan hit the final shot of the third quarter. And now the first one of the fourth for Team Nebraska. Dupree with it up top. Product out of Pierre. Good handle working inside. Good defense as well. Bishop, good assist. Nope, doesn't go. The shot won't go for Kolbum. Good look there for South Dakota and a good look for Nebraska in return. Neither go, and we're still in a 2-point game, 73-71. Foul. Foul comes in on Sammy Allan of Crofton. Once again, no foul limit here.
No. You can have 25 if you want. And some of them might have it.
I don't think it got too egregious here in this game, at least so far. We'll see if that holds true for the boys' game, see if it gets a little aggressive there.
That's true. Well, I might be ref in the boys' game, so if that's the case, there'll be very few whistles blown.
Oh, that'll be fun. So in other words, if you don't like the calls going on in the boys' game, blame the guy that is right next to me here. Foul comes in here. from, that'd be Washington. That'd be
Claire Woods.
Claire Woods,
Claire
a couple
Woods
of
got the
14s out there.
Yeah.
I was looking at it for the boys game coming up. There are going to be 4 different players all wearing 23. I really hope we see them all on the floor at the same time.
Should,
that would be fun.
Should.
Sammy Allan at the line for Nebraska.
When I tell you throughout this game that the stats I'm keeping are mostly correct, that is the reason why, by the way. The wrong 14 gets the points every now and then. 8:15 on the clock here in the fourth as we are coming down to the final 8 minutes. Players diving for loose balls again. Another jump ball.
Goes back to Nebraska. And again, we talked about it. This was a 12-point game with about 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Nebraska was down, and now they're up 4. So it's been a great run by them throughout the third quarter. And they finished the second quarter strong too, Tehl.
Oh, they did. The second quarter, they were able to make a little bit of a comeback as a three-pointer good once again here. Albrecht, she's got big. 12 today. That's her fourth three.
Yep, that's big. That extends the lead to 7, makes it a 3-possession game.
Nebraska's really controlled this third quarter in the first 2 minutes of the fourth. And they'll get a steal here, rip it out of the hands of Jensen. Albrecht has got it back. A little bit of pressure here. She'll get down the floor away from it. 78-71, Team Nebraska with the advantage. No good on the shot in transition. South Dakota back down the floor. But to illustrate your point, it was an 8-point game at half. South Dakota with it. Nebraska then had a 2-point lead going into the fourth. Now it's a 7-point lead for Nebraska.
J.J. Black with 2 blocks back-to-back on that same possession.
Nebraska's playing well right now. Three-pointer won't go. South Dakota really needs to get something rolling here. 7 minutes left for Team South Dakota. Lennox Dupree working inside. Dupree back up top. Three-pointer launched. No. Casey Hansen trying that one. Down the floor, it's Allan again. Gave her a lane. She finished 13 today.
Nebraska's starting to open this up a little bit. 9-point lead here with 6:40 to go. Claire Woods pulls the 3. Kind of we talked about earlier, a little fatigue, and now you see a lot of settling right now from Team South Dakota.
80-71 is your score in the fourth. 6.5 left to play here. Team Nebraska's had a great second half. Block shot on the perimeter. Oh, Brooke Jensen. I think she got sick of us saying Team Nebraska with the lead. Couple of substitutions for both teams, pretty much clearing the benches again. Jada Allan back in here for Team Nebraska. She's still got a team high of 18. I believe that's still a game high.
Yeah.
80-71, 2-pointer, no this time. Albrecht trying that one. She has 12 from beyond the arc, was looking for her first bucket inside. 6:10 on the clock. Dupree over to the right wing, Hansen. Hansen back up top. 6:03 on the clock. Volker.
Good pass.
Three-pointer, Volker again. Won't go this time.
Volker yesterday in the 3-class shootout had 7 threes in one game yesterday.
Wow.
She was the Class B MVP of the game yesterday.
Nebraska can't hit the 3 on the other end, and I think they collided a little too hard on the ground. Yeah, with under 6 to play, they're starting to play real hard here. Foul on Jada Allan. Cassie Allan will check out here for Team Nebraska. I believe Jade Worley checks back in. 5:35 on the clock. Nebraska with a 9-point advantage here. Team
nice
Nebraska.
Step through by Cameron.
Somervold again. She's now got 18, tying Allan for a game high. 80-73 your score. Jada Allan throws right wing, drive inside. Allan able to recover a loose ball, trying to feed into the post. Ball on the ground. Team Nebraska saves it from the over and back. They've still got 15 on the shot clock as well. On the outside, Albrecht trying for 5. Won't go.
We call that a heat check.
Yeah. She's already hit 4 today.
Yeah. Nice little hesitation move by Lennox. That's the one thing when you watch Lennox play, other when she shoots it, she handles the ball just as well with her right hand as she does with her left. And right there, she just set her girl up, went 2 hard dribbles to the right, just a little hesitation move, crossed, and got to the basket.
We're seeing a lot of good performances here today. By my count, we've got 8 different players in double figures in scoring. Once again, Coach, 8 different players today in double figures in scoring so far.
Well, it just shows the talent level, Tehl. And when you have that many players who can all score it and do what they do, and that's why we're sitting at 80-75 here, under 5 to go.
Teams were chosen well. I wonder who did that, Coach. It's an even game here. 80-75, your score, 4:30 on the clock. Can you walk me through the process as we see another 3 go from Lennox Dupree? She's got about 15 now today. Walk me through the process of getting all of these players. That had to be a tough task.
It is, and you got to have a balance. There's a lot of people be like, how come this kid's not playing? How come that kid's not playing? And you want a balance of post play, you want a balance of guard play, and even at the guard play position, Tehl, you got to have a balance of point guard play. So you really got to do it by position first, and then obviously we wanted to keep it as local as we could. And even a girl like Lennox, who's 4 hours away, we want her to come play. She's committed here, and so it's a great way for her to come play on her future home floor.
First opportunity to play here in the Cimpl Arena for her. That's a pretty special thing. But yeah, pretty much everybody very local, and you like to see that. 2-point game. Missed shot here for Nebraska. Oh, board. And then a jump ball down low. Was that Dupree again?
It was, yeah.
Oh, man, she is really having a good game.
Subs in for Nebraska.
Well, game of runs, right?
Yeah.
Nebraska got up by 9, and South Dakota has battled back now and took it down to 2. And these last 4 minutes are going to be, this is what you want. This is one possession game here with just under 4 minutes to play.
Team South Dakota with it. They'll try another 3. Won't go. Trying to save it here, but it's Team Nebraska that's able to come away with it. Sammy Allan down the floor in transition. She's going to get rid of it, driving down low. Product out of Dakota Valley, I believe there. No. Out of Battle Creek.
Battle Creek, yep.
3-pointer, no, and then it's South Dakota once again at 3:25 on the clock here. Winding down in the 4th quarter. 3-pointer, Team South Dakota. No good this time.
Another good setup, though. Great shot. Good kickback by Lennox.
Couple of missed shots in a row here. Nebraska fighting for the boards. Allan takes a 3. Doesn't go. Both teams drying up here in the last 60 seconds. We'll see which one of them ends that drought. Probably going to be the one that wins this game. Foul comes in on a drive here for Kaylee Volker out of Coleman Egan. Volker, you talked about her 3-point shooting yesterday in that showcase.
She put on a show yesterday. She had 4 threes in a row and just was in a rhythm. One of those moments where you see a kid just get into a true rhythm, and she was in it yesterday.
A little tougher shooting night tonight. I believe these are her first points.
Yeah, it is.
But she can really light it up when she gets hot. She'll hit both of those there. And we got a tie game at 80. Free throws with under 3 minutes to play. Moment seniors live for.
Well, it's really kind of lived up to what we wanted. You get it down to this situation, you got a tie game with 2:40 to go, and
3-pointer, no. And a 4th quarter brought to you by the Yankton Medical Clinic. Thank you to all doctors for making a difference every day. The Yankton Medical Clinic. Brooke Jensen again, throws back up top. Faking a 3, now driving. 2-pointer, good. Another one goes.
Like I said earlier, Bentley Cobom, she's a player that is going to go play college volleyball, but could very easily went and play college basketball, and just a very good athlete.
Just illustrating how hard they're playing. She's at a bloody nose. She's kind of plugging that right now. They're going at each other. South Dakota with the lead off that cold bomb, too, and they'll get it back here. 82-80, your score. 3-pointer in transition. Buried it.
Big basket for Team South Dakota.
Ashley Brewer, I think that's her first points, and they come in a massive moment here. 85-80, your score. 2 minutes left.
This is a 14-1 run, Tehl, by Team South Dakota.
Team South Dakota's finishing this game off. Nebraska trying to get back in it. Won't go on a two-pointer there on the floater. 1:40 left. South Dakota trying to wrap this one up with a couple of good possessions late in the game. Sometimes that's all you need when you're evenly matched. That late run does it.
Yes. Couple big offensive possessions in a row for Team South Dakota's kind of nice step through by Claire.
Claire Woods again. Didn't finish, but it was a good look.
Great step through. She's going to be playing at Gustavus Adolphus in Minnesota next year.
Jada Allan. She's going to play here. That's 20.
She is going to play here, and we're pretty happy about it.
That's a 20-piece there. I believe the only player tonight with 20. Three-pointer won't go for Jensen, and we got a three-point game. 85-82, 1 minute to play. Three-point game. Team South Dakota on top. Allan can't tie it up. Down the floor again. Team South Dakota going to take their time here. 35-second shot clock. Brooke Jensen knows the situation. We'll see what she decides to do. 48 seconds left. Team South Dakota by 3 here. And it's taken away. Taken away by Allan. Down the floor now, it's Jada Allan. Jada Allan, blocked shot down low. Casey Hansen with the block in transition. The Team Nebraska will hold on to it, but denying points there.
Yeah, that was a great defensive possession there by Casey Hansen to take that 2-point away. Good hustle, too, again, in an all-star game. She's sprinting back in defensive transition.
Hey, man, I don't care. It's an all-star game. 37 seconds to play in a three-point game. Nebraska can't get the inbound clean, but they do have it. Down low, two-pointer, no. 30 seconds left. And Team South Dakota on top.
No shot clock, so they can, unless Team Nebraska wants to foul, they can hold the basketball here.
Hey, it's been chippy enough. I wouldn't be surprised. It's been that type of game. They want to win this.
I agree.
Send South Dakota to the free throw line. I believe it's Casey Hansen going to be taking a couple of them. Hansen once again going on to play for the reigning national champions in the NAIA in Dorp. First one rattled in and out for her. 3-point game. She really needs this second one.
Yeah,
16 seconds left. And it will go. That'll make it a 4-point game. And Nebraska's got to move quickly here. Team Nebraska trailing by 4 now as we finish up the game. Cassie Allan down the floor. Allan guarded by a product out of Sioux Falls, Washington, and a timeout taken by Nebraska. Want to drop one final play here, Coach. See what you can do. Not only is it one, you got to drop a play, then get a steal.
You have to, yeah.
Got to get the inbound.
Also set up your defensive situation if you do happen to make it, and then also reminding your girls here it's still a 2-possession game, so if we don't get something off and if you don't score and it's 7 seconds or more, you're still going to want to foul and give yourself an opportunity.
This quarter brought to you by the Yankton Medical Clinic. Doctors change lives with every patient they treat. Yankton Medical Clinic takes this opportunity today, National Doctors Day, to express deep appreciation for those who devote their time, skill, and compassion to the well-being of others. Thank you to all doctors for making a difference every day. From the Yankton Medical Clinic. We're ready to finish up this game, Coach, and we get the first timeout of the game.
First timeout, so the coaches also understand what an all-star game is about. You don't call timeouts. And, although yesterday I think I might have used all 5 of mine. So.
Oh man,
you get those competitive juices flowing, and so it's like, okay, here we go, let's go.
Oh, I can see you running up and down the floor, chasing after a ref, getting after the kids in an all-star game.
Yeah.
All right,
I
here we go.
apologize before the game to the ref.
Here we go, 10.7 seconds. Team Nebraska down 4. Got to score and get the inbound and put another one in. Got to move quickly here. Here's the play. Throw over to the right wing. Can't get open here. Got to get it off. 2 seconds.
Defense.
Three-pointer. Good defense from Team South Dakota, and they will finish off this game with the victory, 86-82. Team South Dakota wins over Team Nebraska in the first of hopefully many all-star games we're going to see here in the Cimpl Arena in Yankton.
Yeah, just a great display of talent today. The girls played their tails off, and what a great game, 86-82. And what the start of what we hope continues just to be a great tradition. So I'm going to leave you. Thank you. We're going to get this three-point contest ready to rock and roll. So thanks, Tehl.
Coach Bertram, thank you for your time. Thanks for joining us today. That was a lot of fun to have that man joining me here. We're going to have a three-point contest here in the arena. We're going to thank a few of our sponsors as well. We'll take a little bit of time as we go to our post-game show here from Runza. We're going to take a couple of words from a couple of our sponsors here today, play a couple of our ads here for the people that make these broadcasts possible. Without our advertising partners, these games don't happen. We're not able to bring them to you, so we appreciate them. We'll take a moment and thank a few of them. We'll come back and we'll start going over the post-game stats from that game as Team South Dakota does beat Team Nebraska in the South Dakota versus Nebraska Girls High School All-Star Game. We've got a little bit of time coming up, and then we're going to go to the Boys All-Star Game, and the head coach of the Mount Marty Lancers in Colin Othier will be joining us here, providing color analysis on this broadcast. We're going to do that here in a little bit. First up, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll go over those stats from that game. Back in a couple of minutes on KYN TV. Back in the Cimpl Arena with that All-Star Game in a couple of minutes.
I'm Carson Heinemeyer. I'm going to school at Southeast Tech to become a mechanic.
Carson partnered with Auto Mastery on a Build Dakota scholarship.
I wanted to work on cars, then walked into the shop, then I got brought back to Mike, and I think we just hit it off from there.
Auto Mastery pays half of Carson's scholarship, and the Build Dakota grant covers the other half.
Well, I heard that I can get out of school with very minimum debt or no debt, and I was sold from there on.
For more, go to yanktonsd.com.
Behind every diagnosis, every procedure, and every comforting word stands a doctor who gives their all. Yankton Medical Clinic takes this opportunity on Doctors Day, March 30th, to honor their hard work and selfless care. Their commitment to healing and improving lives is truly inspiring. Today and every day, their efforts are valued and appreciated. With sincere gratitude, Yankton Medical Clinic recognizes and celebrates the dedication of doctors everywhere.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC. James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
All right, let's go ahead and start this post-game show today from Runza. Pick that perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh and topped the way you like at Runza in Yankton by Menards. I'm Tehl Tanner here for KYN TV as we are rolling through the stats of this game. Stats I kept myself through this one, unofficial stats once again. I'm betting they're not 100% accurate, but they're pretty close, and they'll at least give you an idea of who is really playing well here today. And to be real, that was most of them. I think we had 8 different players finish in double figures in scoring today, which was certainly fun to see. An 86-82 final score, a high-scoring game, as Team South Dakota defeats Team Nebraska in this all-star game. So we'll start it off with the South Dakota scorers here, led today by Cameron Somervold, who had 18 points in this ball game. Somervold, just had an incredible ball game, leading South Dakota, and a couple of really clutch late buckets as well, along with Brooke Jensen, who ended up with 16 points in this ball game. Casey Hansen added 5, Ryan Hansen with 4. Ashley Brewer ended up with 3 today. Bentley Kohlbaum ended up with 12, another good day. Kaylee Volker had 2 at the free throw line. Those came late as well. Clutch free throws in a close game. Claire Woods ended up with 9 points today, and Lennox Dupree ended up with 15. We're on our post-game show from Runza. Pick the perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh and topped the way you like it. Runza in Yankton by Menards. Let's go ahead and take another break. We'll come back in a couple minutes, run through the Nebraska scores from that first All-Star game. You're listening to KYN TV.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
With the Build Dakota Scholarship, the math is simple. 0 student loans, 0 job hunt drama, and 0 things holding you back. All those zeros add up to a 100% full ride to a South Dakota technical college. With degrees in nursing, engineering, agriculture, automotive, and way more, hundreds of careers are right at your fingertips. Scholarship applications are open now through March 31st. Apply in 3 easy steps at BuildDakotaScholarships.com.
Doctors change lives with every patient they treat. On Doctors Day, March 30th, Yankton Medical Clinic expresses deep appreciation for those who devote their time, skill, and compassion to the well-being of others. Their relentless pursuit of healing and their tireless dedication do not go unnoticed. To all doctors, thank you for making a difference every day. Yankton Medical Clinic proudly celebrates Doctors Day, March 30th, with gratitude and respect.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC. James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
All right, back here in the post-game show from Runza. Pick that perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh and topped the way you like it. Runza in Yankton by Menards. We got a 3-point shooting contest going on here between games in the Cimpl Arena. Both boys and girls competing in this. Pretty much the full roster going on as well. We'll keep rolling on our post-game show as we talk now about the scoring for Nebraska in the 86-82 loss there, but it was a great game for Team Nebraska as well. A great second half for that program. Once again, they come out, they're trailing by 8 at halftime, and they're leading by 2 as we go to the fourth quarter. That third quarter was something special for Team Nebraska as they put up 25 points. But as we go to their individual scoring, it all started with Jada Allan, who had 20 points in that ball game. Once again, a Mount Marty University commit, playing for the first time on this floor, and if she plays like that every time she steps on this floor, she's going to have a good career at Mount Marty. Sammy Allen ended up with 13 as well. Cassie Allen with 4. Those two committed to Briar Cliff University, also in the GPAC. Lexi Weebelhaus, another Crofton Warrior. I don't think she got on the scoring today, but had some good boards and some good passing in there. She's committed to Northeast Community College as well. We'll run through a couple more here. Sammy Wemhoff had 11 points today. Quietly a very, very good day for her. Jade Worley ended up with 6 points. Alexandria Albrecht hit 4 different threes today for 12 points coming in. JJ Black, the Wayne State commit, ended up with 6. Skylar Indra had 4 as well. Maddie Stefan also put in some really good minutes for Nebraska. That's your individual scoring in this South Dakota-Nebraska All-Star game. We've run through both of them now. South Dakota wins 86-82. I'm Tehl Tanner. Coach Bertram joined me for that first game. Coach Author back for game 2. We're also going to speak with another employee of Riverfront Broadcasting, KYN TV, and Braden Butler here in a couple of minutes. You're listening to KYN TV. We'll take that break. We'll come back.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Carson Heinemeyer. I'm going to school at Southeast Tech to become a mechanic.
Carson partnered with Auto Mastery on a Build Dakota scholarship.
I wanted to work on cars, then walked into the shop. Then I got brought back to Mike, and I think we just hit it off from there.
Auto Mastery pays half of Carson's scholarship, and the Build Dakota grant covers the other half.
Well, I heard that I can get out of school with very minimum debt or no debt, and I was sold from there on.
For more, go to yanktonsd.com.
Behind every diagnosis, every procedure, and every comforting word stands a doctor who gives their all. Yankton Medical Clinic takes this opportunity on Doctors Day, March 30th, to honor their hard work and selfless care. Their commitment to healing and improving lives is truly inspiring. Today and every day, their efforts are valued and appreciated. With sincere gratitude, Yankton Medical Clinic recognizes and celebrates the dedication of doctors everywhere.
All right, back here, post-game show from Runza. Pick that perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack bait. Fresh and topped the way you like it, Runza in Yankton. Got to thank all of our sponsors here that have really helped us put on these broadcasts. And once again, it doesn't happen without you. Like First Dakota National Bank, Olson's Pest Technician, Yankton Thrive, Yankton Medical Clinic, Runza, and CoreTrust Bank. A couple of very good sponsors. We appreciate all of you. As we bring in now Braden Butler, who is new to Riverfront Broadcasting two years ago. I feel like you're not new anymore. But anyway, you're here today.
That new title's going to wear off real quick.
Honestly, as we're rolling through this All-Star game. And now we're seeing three-point shooting, which has been really fun to see as well. This has been a fun day.
Now, a three-point shootout is my favorite part of All-Star Weekend. Most people like the dunk contest more. Yeah. I'm a fan of the long ball. I love the new era of basketball. I know that upsets a lot of people who think we take too many threes these days, but I digress. This is fun getting to see these guys and girls go out there and shoot some three-pointers and get a very good showing right now here over to our left on the girls' side.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a couple of really, really good showings here for both the boys and girls teams. I'm excited to hear the final tally of who actually won this. But the game itself, we just saw Nebraska versus South Dakota, the girls' all-star game. That was fun, man. Coach Bertram and I talked about it throughout the game. The passing was something we really loved, especially early in the game. A lot of extra passes, a lot of assists we saw. The transition game was fun. That's something you don't see in an all-star game very often, but once again, a lot of these players know each other very well.
Yeah, and they know each other very well from playing against each other, obviously. Yeah. A lot of these teams are. A lot of these players are from local teams. It's summer ball as well. There's good mention there. But, surprised me at first how crisp the passing was, how good the teamwork was, considering we were, I think, watching their first practice. We watched the coaches introduce themselves to the teams when we were setting up for the day. Yeah. And to get them on the same page and clicking like that, I know for the Nebraska girls team, you had 4 Crofton players, so that helped a little bit. But it's a lot of new players playing with each other for the first time in a while, at the very least, obviously with the high school season just wrapping up. So it was good to see that teamwork flashing out there. I know, sometimes the defense miscommunications on that end, I think, led to a lot of points tonight, but that's why we have all-star games. We don't come to all-star games to watch it in 25, 30 or whatever.
Exactly.
It was 80 points for both teams. It was a great time tonight.
Yeah, 86-82 final, South Dakota over Nebraska. You're from Iowa, so I know you're neutral in this, but I'm from South Dakota, so I feel like, does that mean South Dakota's better at basketball? I don't know. Maybe that's what that means.
I don't know. I don't have a dog in the fight, but having covered South Dakota and Nebraska basketball with, I covered actually the Crofton girls team a little bit in their sub-district run, and I know they had a great trip down to the state tournament. We had a lot of that on Riverfront Broadcasting with Scott Ulrich down there in Lincoln, but so I might have been a little biased to the Nebraska side with that coverage of that team, but all at the end of the day, that was a lot of fun to watch, no matter who you're rooting for.
It really was, and we've got another whole game coming up here. We've got a boys basketball game, Nebraska versus South Dakota. We're going to do it all again, another 4 quarters incoming. We're going to take another break here on this. I guess we'll go to pregame show now from Runza. It's all from Runza. We love them. Runza, pick the perfect burger. Runza bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack, made fresh and topped the way you like it. Runza in Yankton. Let's hear from a few more of our sponsors as we take another break. We'll hear more from Braden. We'll keep talking after this.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Nora is a Runza insider.
Yeah, little secret for you. You know Runza burgers?
I do know them.
You can get one with Swiss cheese.
Right.
And mushrooms.
Okay.
Just ask for
the Swiss mushroom burger?
How'd you know?
It's right there on the menu. Come get your Swiss mushroom burger today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Carson Heinemeyer. I'm going to school at Southeast Tech to become a mechanic.
Carson partnered with Auto Mastery on a Build Dakota scholarship.
I wanted to work on cars, then walked into the shop. Then I got brought back to Mike, and I think we just hit it off from there.
Auto Mastery pays half of Carson's scholarship, and the Build Dakota grant covers the other half.
Well, I heard that I can get out of school with very minimum debt or no debt, and I was sold from there on.
For more, go to yanktonsd.com.
Behind every diagnosis, every procedure, and every comforting word stands a doctor who gives their all. Yankton Medical Clinic takes this opportunity on Doctors Day, March 30th, to honor their hard work and selfless care. Their commitment to healing and improving lives is truly inspiring. Today and every day, their efforts are valued and appreciated. With sincere gratitude, Yankton Medical Clinic recognizes and celebrates the dedication of doctors everywhere.
As a proud community bank, CoreTrust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work, by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC. James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Do you have...
Now, as we get rolling here once again in our pregame show from Runza, we're getting back into this game as we're coming down to the final couple in our three-point shooting contest. Cameron Somervold on the girls' side, Logan Collette on the boys' side, both putting in good performances. And now our final shootout here for boys and girls.
Unless we have another tie, Tehl.
Unless we have another tie.
Where we're at right now, I know you stepped away to handle something real quick, but we're actually in our last shootout here for some ties. We had a 3-way tie on the girls' side. I believe it was Ashley Brewer went first. We just had Cameron Somervold go, and now Kaylee Volker is shooting it for the girls. And then on the boys' side, we had Logan Collette, as you mentioned, and now Britton Mulder out of Sioux Falls Christian is taking his turn at it. And as long as we don't have another tie, this will decide everything. Who's the three-point shootout champions for this Battle of the Border?
We'll take a quick break after this as well here in stadium for the boys to warm up, and then we'll get rolling in that game. Braden, let's just keep it right here as we finish off the three-point shooting, as we've got some great performances from both teams. Now, we only have got the one camera as we're rolling through this, obviously, but we've got a kind of a wide shot so you can kind of see both of what's going on.
I tried my best. Yeah, I'm both shooting at once. I zoomed it out as far as I could.
Braden is the one running our camera today up there. He came down to talk with me here.
Unless the camera works, not up to your liking.
We've got winners coming in, being announced now. For the girls, Ashley Brewer is your winner out of Elk Point Jefferson. Had a great game in the game itself, and Ashley Brewer has won the three-point shooting.
And for the South Dakota boys.
For the boys, Britton Mulder will win for South Dakota. So certainly a great performance there for Britton Mulder out of Sioux Falls Christian and Ashley Brewer out of Elk Point Jefferson. They are the ones that win that for South Dakota there, the three-point shooting contests.
South Dakota wins on both sides as well. Something to keep an eye on there. We'll keep an eye on the tray ball here in the boys' game coming up. I know both teams, it seemed like in the girls' game, had that three-point shot really working.
Man, I guess in this second game, South Dakota might be going for the clean sweep here. South Dakota wins both on the three-point shooting. They win the girls' game, and we'll see if Nebraska can finish things up with a win there. It's going to be a fun one no matter what. We've got 15 minutes on the clock before we start off that boys' basketball game. We'll take another break here. Keep thanking our sponsors as we roll through. We'll come back and start talking about them boys in a couple of minutes. You're listening to KYN-TV alongside Braden Butler now. I'm Tehl Tanner.
Have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
With the Build Dakota Scholarship, the math is simple. 0 student loans, 0 job hunt drama, and 0 things holding you back. All those zeros add up to a 100% full ride to a South Dakota technical college. With degrees in nursing, engineering, agriculture, automotive, and way more, hundreds of careers are right at your fingertips. Scholarship applications are open now through March 31st. Apply in 3 easy steps at BuildDakotaScholarships.com.
Doctors change lives with every patient they treat. On Doctors Day, March 30th, Yankton Medical Clinic expresses deep appreciation for those who devote their time, skill, and compassion to the well-being of others. Their relentless pursuit of healing and their tireless dedication do not go unnoticed. To all doctors, thank you for making a difference every day. Yankton Medical Clinic proudly celebrates Doctors Day, March 30th, with gratitude and respect.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC. James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Oh, we're about 25 minutes into our post-game, pre-game here, getting ready for high school boys basketball on KYN TV. The All-Star Games, South Dakota versus Nebraska, here in the Cimpl Arena in Yankton. The host site here today used to be the host site back in the day, now renewing this South Dakota-Nebraska basketball rivalry. I think this is a really cool concept, Braden, as we go into this. This is something that I've been excited over for the past month, getting ready for this, and it's been fun.
And Yankton really embodies living on that border. I mean, the Meridian Bridge is a staple of the town. I know we just celebrated the 100th year of that not too long ago, and it connects South Dakota and Nebraska across the Missouri River. So it's great to have this be the host of this Battle of the Border All-Star Game. And, you know, I kind of joked on air. I wonder if anyone's going to try to throw down some dunks tonight being an All-Star Game. I'm currently seeing a dunk line to my left from the Nebraska boys. So I think they're going to try to get a little crazy tonight, put some highlight tapes out there.
Honestly,
should be a lot of fun.
Honestly, we should make a gentleman's bet here for bragging rights of how many dunks we're going to see. It's an All-Star Game. Honestly, I'd say 10 to 15 is like where we're going to be sitting at. That's crazy. It's going to be a lot. This is going to be fun.
It should be fun. I mean, hey, it's freedom to try it. And if they can get up and throw it down, I will never, ever attempt a dunk because I can barely touch the net at my age. 23, by the way.
Oh, man.
But, you know, it should be a lot of fun to watch between these two teams. As you mentioned, All-Star Game, they still take it seriously. It's still a competition. Both teams want to win, but there's a little bit more freedom in that All-Star Game mentality.
And we saw exactly that in the girls' game where they were really competing, especially at the end. They were diving for loose balls. We saw jump balls. We saw physicality in the defensive side of things. We saw the transition game working real well. We'll see if we see the same out of the boys here coming up. Certainly, I'm betting they're going to be having fun trying to throw it down, though.
I know at the end of the girls' game there when Coach Moon for the Nebraska girls called a timeout, I text you, I don't know if you saw it, this is the first time out, I think, of the game.
It was.
So, you know, it's like, all right, we're down to brass tacks. It's time to try to win this thing. Close game late down the stretch. All the all-star mentality goes down the window. Let's fight for a win here.
Oh, I don't know if you could hear Coach Bertram and I talking at that point, but he then sit there and goes, I think I called all 5 of mine yesterday in the All-Star game he was coaching in the three-point shooting showcase. It's a different breed.
I used all mine. If you're going to give it to me, you can't take them with you at the end of the day.
All right, we're little under 9 minutes away. Let's run through the rosters, what we're going to be seeing here today for the boys basketball teams. We'll start it off with South Dakota. First up, Josh Arlt is the head coach of the South Dakota boys. That is a Mount Marty University alum. He was their point guard for a couple years there, graduated just last year. Josh Arlt going to be the guy coaching here. And obviously, Lancer fans, anybody familiar with KYN TV and our usual beat here at Mount Marty, very familiar with that guy. He was a great player and now a good coach as well. He's an assistant coach over at Beersford right at the moment. So we'll go through their roster now. Out of Gayville-Vollen, a Mount Marty commit in Spencer Karstens. A Briar Cliff commit out of Dakota Valley, Logan Collette. Hayden Sprick, who's out of Platte Geddes as well. Aiden Ham out of Beersford. Britton Mulder, who just won the three-point shooting contest on the boys' side out of Sioux Falls Christian. Cohen Zarbach, a Yankton kid, and he's committed to Mount Marty as well. Carter Hansen out of Vermilion, committed to Morningside. And then Preston McFadden out of Wagner, another MMU commit. And finally, Tyson Wetland, a Corsica Stickney, soon-to-be grad. These are all seniors, obviously, as we're getting rolling into the 30th of March. They've got a little under 2 months left of their high school careers.
You know, covering high school basketball for KYNT and KYN-TV here with Riverfront Broadcasting. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of these guys play, but two names I do recognize off the bat. Cohen Zarbach, obviously, from Yankton. That's my main beat during the basketball seasons, helped covering the Yankton Bucks. But they did play a game against Sioux Falls Christian here in Yankton. I do remember Britton Mulder, a very good player on that night, so I'm excited to see how he does today in an all-star setting. And that's right, excited to learn more about the rest of these guys who I haven't been able to get a chance to see out there on the hardwood.
And a lot of them, we mentioned there's about 5 of them that have already committed on the South Dakota side to play at the next level. And a lot of these guys, I can tell you, they do have offers to play at the next level, just haven't committed to a school yet. Those commitments will be coming, obviously, within the next weeks, months, as they're finishing up their high school career. These guys' high school basketball careers just ended, and now they're really able to focus on that. But pretty much everybody on this floor tonight has offers. This is going to be fun.
And it was the same way on the girls' game as well. They call it an all-star game for a reason. A lot of kids getting offers, and that's and we saw on the girls' side a lot of different levels. There were some NAIA offers, and all the way up to Brooke Jensen D1 offer at USD. So she's committed there to be a Coyote. So a lot of talent on the floor in both these games. I'm really excited.
Let's go to the Nebraska side of things. Exact same story, different names, and a coach in Adam Poloski, another Mount Marty University alum, played basketball here for a few years, graduated in 2004. We're going to hear a lot more about him from the head coach of the Lancers currently in Colin Othier when he joins us in about 5 minutes. But let's go through their roster now. First up, we got Colson Nelson out of Wayne, Kellen Olendick out of Elkhorn Valley, Jackson Kilmurray out of Battle Creek, Nolan Becker out of Cedar Catholic, Drake Nemitz out of West Holt, Michael Koenig out of Summerland, Gibson Roberts out of Laurel Concord Coleridge, who is committed to Doane University in the GPAC, Tucker McGill out of Ponca, and then Preston Hoke out of Summerland. That is the roster for Team Nebraska. This is going to be a great couple of games today.
The first thing I noticed, we've joked about it off air, but the first thing I noticed looking at this roster, man, Michael Jordan and LeBron James must have an effect on these kids. A lot of guys wearing number 23, a couple 24s as well. Give respect to the Mamba himself, but numbers mean a lot to these guys to try to emulate their favorite players, and seeing a lot of 23s and 24s, you got to have a feeling that that's some Jordan, some LeBron, some Kobe influence there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Taking a look at the 23s, Coach Bertram and I talked about this during the women's game, just a little bit of a preview. There's going to be 4 different players wearing 23, 2 for South Dakota, 2 for Nebraska. That could be really fun if they're on the floor at the same time. Not fun for me, who's trying to keep track of stats, but fun for everyone else.
23 to 23, stolen away by 23. He outlasted 23, and next thing you know, it's a situation where we just talked about. Just had a similar situation in the girls' game with if all the Crofton players got on the floor together. Allan to Allan, outlet to Allan, Cassie, Sammy, and Jada there. So it's a situation that sometimes you just got to roll with the punches as a broadcaster when situations come up like that.
We're just under 5 minutes away from the start of this broadcast, so we're going to take one final break. We'll come back in a couple of minutes, get things rolling. The head coach of the Mount Marty Lancers, Colin Othier, joining me on the mic for Game 2. Thank you very much, Braden. He'll be behind the camera for Game 2 as well. We're going to go ahead and get our final prep ready. Nebraska, South Dakota High School All-Star Rivalry game upcoming in a couple of minutes now on KYN-TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Carson Heinemeyer. I'm going to school at Southeast Tech to become a mechanic.
Carson partnered with Auto Mastery on a Build Dakota scholarship.
I wanted to work on cars, then walked into the shop. Then I got brought back to Mike, and I think we just hit it off from there.
Auto Mastery pays half of Carson's scholarship, and the Build Dakota grant covers the other half.
Well, I heard that I can get out of school with very minimum debt or no debt, and I was sold from there on.
For more, go to yanktonsd.com.
Behind every diagnosis, every procedure, and every comforting word stands a doctor who gives their all. Yankton Medical Clinic takes this opportunity on Doctors Day, March 30th, to honor their hard work and selfless care. Their commitment to healing and improving lives is truly inspiring. Today and every day, their efforts are valued and appreciated. With sincere gratitude, Yankton Medical Clinic recognizes and celebrates the dedication of doctors everywhere.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Nora is a Runza insider.
Yeah, little secret for you. You know Runza burgers?
I do know them.
You can get one with Swiss cheese.
Right.
And mushrooms.
Okay.
Just ask for
the Swiss mushroom burger?
How'd you know?
It's right there on the menu. Come get your Swiss mushroom burger today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Let's go to the boys at basketball game here on KYN-TV. The Nebraska-South Dakota High School All-Star Rivalry game has been renewed tonight in Yankton. Head coach Allan Bertram joining us for the Mount Marty women's program throughout game one. Now head coach of the men's basketball program of Mount Marty. And Colin Othnier joining me game two. Coach, first up, obviously, thank you for coming and doing this with me today, and thanks for putting this on. This is a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you guys. Appreciate you guys taking your Sunday out. And I know Houston and Tennessee just got done playing. I know the tournament games are going on across the board, but appreciate you guys being here. This is it's awesome, great crowd, great atmosphere. I've had a lot of players come up and just thank us for putting this on, and I think that's really, really neat. They talked about how their parents have talked with them about this game, that they grew up with it, and just the excitement of being able to bring it back. And I think it's probably been over 20 years since they last did it, and so really, really excited to put these guys on the floor and showcase their abilities for everybody as their high school career is done.
We've got our starting lineups coming up in just a couple of minutes here as we roll through them in just a second. But first things first, Coach Othnier, I wanted to ask you about these two coaches. These are guys that you reached out to, both of them Mount Marty University alums. Tell me about these guys.
That was really important for me, having just bringing it back on campus here. And so Josh Arlt, who coaches up at Beersford in South Dakota here, he's the assistant coach there, is just going to just be a rising coach. A great kid, hard worker, and so having him here, and then having Adam Pulaski here from Ponca, he's the head coach down there, and he actually came back for our alumni weekend when we had that honoring that team here throughout our season, and so reached out to Adam and asked if he'd be able to, and being able to represent it. We'll continue to mix our coaches up for this event, but I really wanted to start with two Mount Marty alums as we're bringing it back on campus here, and two great guys and good coaches to be able to do that.
And very local guys, obviously, on the court here. We'll talk about them now. The Nebraska lineups are being announced here. We talked about it in the girls' game. It'll be the same thing. South Dakota is going to be wearing the light-colored jerseys today, the white-colored jerseys, and Nebraska wearing the dark jerseys. They get to wear the colors there as we get rolling. We'll roll through them. We talked about the rosters already, but the four players non-starters to start off. We're still going to see everybody. It's an all-star game. Drake Nemitz out of West Holt, Michael Koenig out of Summerland, Gibson Roberts out of Lower Concord Coleridge, and Tucker McGill out of Ponca. The 5 starters here for Team Nebraska now. Colson Nelson out of Wayne, Kellen Olendick out of Elkhorn Valley, Jackson Kilmurray out of Battle Creek, Nolan Becker out of Cedar Catholic, and Preston Hoke out of Summerland. On the other end, the non-starters here for Team South Dakota being announced right at the moment. We've got number 21, Aiden Ham out of Beersford, number 23, Cohen Zarbach out of Yankton. And the starting lineup here for Team South Dakota started off with Spencer Karstens out of Gayville-Vollen. That's a Mount Marty commit there, Coach.
He is, yes.
Got another one in Preston McFadden, going to be announced in a moment, out of Wagner as well, out of MMU. Carter Hansen out of Vermilion. Britton Mulder, who just won the three-point shooting contest out of Sioux Falls Christian. Hayden Sprick out of Platte Geddes, and Logan Collette out of Dakota Valley, who also got into the finals of that three-point shooting contest.
And then Luke Knight. Luke Knight's able to join us today from West Central as well. And we had a young man wake up this morning sick, and another one that was hurt, that tried playing through it, that weren't able to. And so really appreciate Luke. He's had a good career and a tremendous kid. That's going to come. Again, Luke Knight from West Central, and he's wearing number 22.
Look for 22 out there, as he said. We are ready to start this one off. South Dakota, Nebraska boys all-star game getting rolling here. Started off with Kellen Olendick out of Elkhorn Valley jumping for Nebraska. And I believe that is Carter Hansen out of Vermilion jumping here for South Dakota. Nebraska will win the tip, and they'll start things off with the basketball here. So in an all-star game like this, you want to see some good passing. You want to see a couple of things like that. Didn't go in, but you started it off with exactly something fun.
Yeah, it's a combination, because this game's got a little bit of pride to it. There's going to be some competitiveness, but it is an all-star game. These guys have never played with each other before. These coaches will draw some stuff up for guys when they can take advantage of it. And like that right there, a shot for Logan Collette right away to start from 3. It's a combination. You want them to have fun, but you want them to compete at the same time.
Couple of missed shots, and there a turnover to start it. Down the floor. Back-to-back turnovers. Both teams trying to move quick here. Transition game. Becker going to put one in. And Nolan Becker out of Hardington Cedar Catholic puts in the first bucket of this game.
Younger brother of Matthew Becker, who played here at Mount Marty. Great kid. Undecided on his college future right now, but a really, really talented young man. Tough player.
Three-pointer won't go in answer for Nebraska on the other end. 2-0. Nebraska will lead this to start it off. We talked about it a little in the pregame show. There's a couple of guys that have committed to play at the next level, and a lot of guys with offers. Pretty much everybody here has the option, should they choose to go to a lot of different places. There's a lot of talent on the floor.
There is, and it's hard to play in college. It is. I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, college basketball is not for everybody, and so there's guys that are still kind of sorting through their options and trying to figure out the right fit, because they realize how important that is.
Missed shot again. South Dakota taking it back down the floor. 2-2 is your score. Team South Dakota trying a 3 here in transition. Won't go. Board, and the putback is true. Karstens out of Gayville-Vollen there. Another Mount Marty commit. You've got a couple of those today, Coach.
Yeah, we do. And Spencer, it's funny, Josh Arlt's coaching him, because he kind of reminds me of some stuff that Josh did back when he played too, and looking forward to that.
Josh Arlt, a great player for you over the last couple of years, Coach. I know you're proud of him getting a coaching career now, as we've got a three-pointer here for a Charger. Britton Mulder, who won the three-point shooting contest.
State champ Britton Mulder. He's going to go play at Northwestern for newly announced head coach Colton Koima over there at Northwestern. Really excited for Colton and happy for him to get that opportunity. It's well earned and deserved for him.
Seven to 2 is your score to start things off. Team South Dakota with the advantage. Trying to add here. Shot won't go. Kept in play, and Team Nebraska back down the floor. Outlet ball. Lays it up. Alley-oop is good. Kellen Olendick with the 2. Three-pointer in transition. Launched. Won't go. A lot of threes being thrown up to
see why he fits Northwestern right there, huh? Right away. And he can really shoot that basketball.
7-4 score. Board trying again. South Dakota hits it this time. Sprick. Burek. Becker tries again. Won't go. 10-4 score. 6:40 on the clock. Gayville Vol and Raider throwing it into the lane. That's a Tanager. Over into the corner. Three-pointer is good. Once again. Out of Platte Geddes there. 6:25 on the clock. 13-4. South Dakota's got it really working on the scoring early in this game, Coach Othier.
Josh must have been studying the analytics on three-point attempts and how you just got to get them up as many times as you can, because right now that's their philosophy and how they're playing.
Now, you've coached all-star games before. Obviously, you were doing something similar just yesterday. What's that like, meeting the team as another one goes in? Cohen Zarbach, I believe that was. No.
Britt Mulder again.
Britt Mulder again.
We got multiple numbers. So
multiple 23s. We talked about that in this pregame. It's going to be fun to watch. Mulder again, and now another one for Nebraska.
Jackson. Yep, Kilmurray. He's going to York. But we thought it was important in these all-star games to wear your high school uniform and represent your high school. I think that's the coolest part about this. I like how the NBA used to do that back in the day. Now these new jerseys. You're going.
Nolan Becker, steal, took it all the way himself. He'll put another one in. He's got 4 to start, 16-9. South Dakota leads behind the back, pass over to the left wing. Drive inside, back to behind the back again. Corner 3, no, but an no board once again. Ball slapped away, Nolan Becker gonna get the steal there. But once again, when it comes to meeting your team to the start of the game, what's that process like?
Yeah, you know a good portion of these guys, at least when we've done it. These coaches, Adam's got a really good feel. Has played against or coached against a lot of these guys here. Josh did too, and so they're very familiar with what they can do. And you want them to compete, you want them to have fun, you want to try to put them in the best positions they can offensively, in terms of being able to just showcase what they do.
Another 3 for South Dakota, won't go. South Dakota won the 3-point shooting contest once again. They're Britton Mulder out of Sioux Falls Christian for the boys' side of things. It was a really good performance there to do it. That was fun to put on, Coach.
Yeah, I really like that touch that we have with it. I think there's a lot of really good shooters in both South Dakota and Nebraska, and so made a lot of sense to be able to have that event.
Travel there on the Euro is called. Couple of substitutions now. Pretty much both teams able to clear the benches, which what you like to see in these all-star games. Everybody getting a lot of time. And I've also noticed maybe in that girls game, you kind of had your first 5 and your second 5. Not only are they able to keep everybody rested, but they kind of get comfortable. Those 5 get comfortable with those 5 throughout the game.
Yeah, it definitely is. Coaches are going to be coaching to definitely win, but with that being said, it's an all-star. It's hard to choose who to have in games and not when there's a lot of talent out there. And so sometimes it is that just it's another guy's turn to be in the game at that time, and you just try to give it everybody an opportunity the best you can because they've all earned it.
That was Luke Knight out of West Central taking that shot. Goes back to South Dakota after being poked out. 3:54 on the clock.
Gibson Roberts.
Yes. Gibson Roberts out of LCC. The Doan commit there. He's going to keep same colors on. Gibson Roberts with the rebound now. Back down the floor. It's Nebraska. 2-pointer, no. Most of the way through this first quarter. 3:30 on the clock. 16-13. South Dakota with the advantage. 3-pointer won't go for Zarbach out of Yankton, but an offensive board and a putback goes. There is Luke Knight.
Ears were burning. He knew you were talking about him. He knew he had to go get a bucket right away.
He got it. 3-pointer on the other end, no. And that dead ball will give us a chance to thank our first quarter sponsor in Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations, member FDIC. Big thank you to all of our sponsors here today. Without you, we're not able to put these on. 18-13 score. 3 minutes left here. As a shot goes once again for South Dakota.
Hayden Sprick from Platte Geddes, and that's what he can do. He can fill it up.
I believe he's got 8 so far. Stats I'm keeping myself through this game. Roberts has got it. Roberts gives it away. 2-pointer just inside the lane. Doesn't go. Zarbach on the rebound. Yankton kid there. 21-13. Team South Dakota with the advantage by 8 early in this one.
Yankton kid and also a future Lancer. He made his commitment the other day and announced that. So going to be coming here and excited for his future with his size and being able to really focus on basketball and coaching him.
Roberts again. No good this time. Another rebound for Zarbach. What's that kind of like, Coach? You've recruited pretty much everybody here. You know what they play like. But it's the first time some of these future Lancers are playing on this floor in a kind of a competitive game.
There's a couple that we're really, really excited to get out here. And we're looking forward to it, especially because it's the new floor. Right, as weird as that sounds, but the new floor last summer, they haven't gotten a chance to get on here and play and compete, and so they were really looking forward to getting out here and doing it, and obviously other guys that are going into our league, I think they look forward to getting out here too and playing here.
Tucker McGill hit that last shot for Nebraska, now in transition again. Gibson Roberts out of LCC buries a 3. Once again, a Doan commit staying in the GPAC as well. A guy you're going to have to play against.
Black and orange uniforms. I don't know if LCC's got the black top. I think they do. Do they have the? There's another school that's got that black top in Nebraska, and it gives them. They're really excited about him down at Doan.
Foul down low. Michael Koenig out of Summerland drew it on a drive. 1:04 on the clock here in this first quarter, an even matchup so far at 21-18. Team South Dakota with that 3-point advantage, but Nebraska with the ball. They'll inbound it up top. 30 on the shot clock. Left wing step back, didn't rock the tray. 20 seconds on the shot clock now, 52 game clock. Foul. Second one there on Luke Knight on this possession. No foul cap in the All-Star games, though, so you get to have some fun with it.
Well, there's no way we're going to foul anybody out of an All-Star game. But now, with that being said, if it gets to 10 to 11, we might have to get them to buy a Gatorade or something like that and take a breather. Put them in a penalty box for 2 minutes and let them back out.
That's what I'd do if I was in an All-Star game.
Go with the hockey route.
That'd be me.
We should throw that penalty box for basketball. When you foul somebody, you got to get 2 minutes in the penalty box, and you can come out and you get back on the floor when you're done.
Do you get the power play then on the other team? You get 5-on-4 for a moment? Could be really funny if you get multiple fouls and end up being a 5-on-2 situation for a couple minutes there.
That's how hockey's played. I mean,
got to be careful with them. 3-pointer in transition, no for Team South Dakota. After both free throws missed on the other end. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Nebraska's got about a 5-second difference between game and shot clock. 3-pointer, no again. Both teams trying to stretch the floor here. It's what you see in an all-star game. Down the floor. Corner 3. Bang! Aiden Ham, his first one of the day. 24-18 with 14 seconds on the clock. Coming down to the final seconds here. We'll take a quick break at the end of the corner. Thank our sponsors. But first up, 5 seconds left. Crossover drive. Euro, good defense. And it didn't matter. What a shot to end the quarter. Jackson Kilmurray, he's got 7. 1 quarter in the books, brought to you by Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations, member FDIC. The Nebraska-South Dakota All-Star Game continues. South Dakota by 4 when we return. Alongside Colin Authier, I'm Tehl Tanner. This is KYN-TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
All right, let's go ahead and start this second quarter here on KYN TV. 24-10 is the score, just underway. South Dakota over Nebraska.
24-20.
24, what did I say?
10.
Excuse me.
You cut them in half.
I was thinking 10-minute quarters here is what we're doing. The next thing I was about to say. 26-20 and 10-minute quarters here starting off this second one. Already been a fun day, a long day here in the Cimpl Arena. One game in the books and about a 45-minute break between games for a fun three-point shooting contest, Coach. And we've still got another 30 minutes of basketball here.
You love when they compete. I thought the girls' game was awesome. I mean, just a lot of talented players on the floor for them too, and good to get the number of people we have in the building today.
Step back three, no, but an offensive board. One thing with those long threes, you can get rebounds on the perimeter. They'll turn it over either way, though. Miscommunication happens in these games when they've never played together.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska down the floor. Nolan Becker with it. He had a good first quarter at about 6 points and another couple there. 8 for Becker now. 26-22. 9 minutes left here, second quarter. Three-pointer South Dakota again. No good this time, but another O board. Pass down low. Extra pass to the perimeter. Corner three. Doesn't go, but I love the passing there. But another offensive board. He's working hard for those down there. It's Karstens. Karstens with another 2. He's got 6. He was working hard in that possession.
He fights. He really competes. Finds himself in the right place because he plays hard.
That's why you wanted him here.
Yep.
Three-pointer. Good. Down the floor again. Britton Mulder. Another one will go. I think that's his third here. He's got 9 at least. 8:20 on the clock. Pass out of bounds there for Colson Nelson out of Wayne. South Dakota takes it back. 31-22 score. 8:15 on the clock here in the second quarter. Long three. Get to try a couple of things here in a game like this, Coach.
He can shoot. He's going. Carter's going to Morningside to play over there, and great fit.
As Kilmurray hits one too.
Yeah, and Kilmurray's going to York. He's committed to go and play for York there, and really good fit for him.
He's had a good day so far. Kilmurray, I've got him for about 10. Lob doesn't go for Nebraska there. Back down the floor, South Dakota numbers advantage. Can't get it to fall for the Tanager. Carter Hansen going up for that one. The Morningside commit. Not quite. 7:30 on the clock. Another one for Kilmurray, using the length. He's got 12.
He's quick. He's hard to keep out of the paint, and when he gets hot from three, he can really fill it up.
Another good lane for Spencer Karstens there. Just over 7 minutes remaining before halftime here in Game 2 of our All-Star contest. Kilmurray again. He's starting to take over. .6:55 on the clock. 4-point game here, evenly matched so far. Teams having a little bit of fun here. But some of those fun passes, they go the other way. Now ball's on the ground, and they're diving for it. Hustle in an all-star game. And they avoided the jump ball, too. That was good work down on the floor from Kellen Olendik, able to keep the ball away from Karstens as he was on the ground.
2 guys getting on the floor for a loose ball in an all-star game is awesome. Big bank in there by Hayden Ham.
Oh, man, Hayden Ham with the bank from the corner. I'm not sure if he called bank, but it got either way.
Josh taught him that, I think.
6:15 on the clock, 36-31, South Dakota by 5. Now let's make it 7, maybe 8 with an and one shot incoming. Carter Hansen out of Vermillion with that one. Foul on Colson Nelson, I believe, of Nebraska.
Since the refs are out here calling all these fouls, I do want to make sure we take the time and thank them.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome having them here and committing their time and coming to do this on a Sunday afternoon is always awesome. So very appreciative of them for being able to do that.
And one shot was good as well. It ended up being a 3-point play there. Carter Hansen. Nebraska has it go off the hands there for a Bobcat. And Michael Koenig out of Summerland. A lot of players here in this one for both teams, which is good to see. Nice big roster for an all-star team. Both trotting 9 out there. 39-31. It's about right for an all-star game, 9-10, I suppose. Another good shot here.
Yeah, sometimes when you have 10, you get used to the 5 in, 5 out, and you get 9. It kind of makes you sub around a little bit, and really want to make these coaches work today as well. And having player substitutions and rotations for guys you haven't coached before is always interesting to see. But it's you don't want somebody coming and not playing, and obviously with all the family and crowd that's here watching them play, we want to make sure that they all can showcase what they can do.
Like that right there. What a find. Jackson Kilmurray going down low to Michael Koenig. And a great pass and a better finish. 2 points for Nebraska there. 41-33. It'll bring it back within single digits. It was up to 10 just a moment ago in favor of South Dakota. Ball out of bounds. That'll go back to Team Nebraska here. Just over 5 minutes left to play before halftime. Kilmurray parries another 3. Oh, he's feeling it. I got him at 17. Getting Nebraska back in the game. He's got 17 of the 36. Jump to pass there. 3-pointer, no. Down the floor, Nebraska again. Got it in, plus a foul. Drake Nemitz. Nemitz out of West Holt. We got to see him play. We called a game of his in the Riverfront Sports family versus Cedar Catholic in the playoffs going up this year, which was fun to see.
Yeah, and they had a really, really good year. And Drake is brother of Macy Nimitz, who played women's basketball here. And Drake's undecided right now in terms of where he's going for his future, but he's got it narrowed down pretty good as of late.
And one shot good for him. He's got 3. And it's a 2-point game all of a sudden. This was 41-31. It's an 8-point run here for Nebraska. Down the floor, Roberts again. Going over to Kilmurray. Kilmurray down low, 2-pointer once again, and we're tied up at 41. Kilmurray with the assist, Koenig with the 2. And we're tied up here, 41-41. Oh, excuse me, that was Drake Nemitz with the 2 there. 3-pointer on the other end, gives South Dakota back the lead. .4:15 on the clock, 3-pointer in, answer goes again. Kilmurray, I've got him at 20 in the first half.
That's what he can do. He's a bucket getter. He's hard to keep out of the lane, and right now he's just seeing that basket, and it's pretty big for him when he's shooting it.
Battle Creek product, and he's having a great game after a great year, finishing up the senior year. 44 apiece is the tie game. A little too strong in the outlet ball down the floor for Team Nebraska there. Kilmurray, another guy, as far as I know, undecided. But
Kilmurray's going to York.
Oh, yes, York.
Yes, he's going to York.
They got a great player.
They do. They got a new coach that's coming in this year. Really looking forward to. I've talked to them a couple times now, and looking forward to visiting with them some more in terms of just scheduling stuff and trying to find some dates that could work.
Koenig with the shot for Nebraska, won't go. Down the floor again for South Dakota. It's Sprick. Hayden Sprick. Trying down low, now back up top. Well on the perimeter, South Dakota, 22 on the shot clock. I don't think we've seen a single possession get down under 15 on the shot clock here today, Coach.
I've done a lot of these all-star games, coaching and watching. I don't know if I've ever seen a shot clock violation in any of them. Not once. So I don't think that's going to happen again today, but you never know.
Nemitz with the foul for Nebraska. South Dakota breaking the tie at the free throw line. Mulder, a good 3-point shooter. He's got 10 now and 3 3-pointers. 45-44. 3:20 on the clock. 46-44 after another one good. Ponca player working inside now. A lot of players from the area. And the ball knocked out by Team South Dakota. Tucker McGill had a couple of points earlier today. He was controlling it down low. 3:05 on the clock. Becker inbounding for Team Nebraska. He'll go up top. He's got Kilmurray. Kilmurray, deep three. Little short there off the front of the iron.
Heat check on him. I don't blame him for taking that, though.
He's got 20 already. I don't blame him either. 20 of the 44. 2:54 on the clock. There's a deflected pass. Kilmurray ends up with it in the end. He'll float it up down the floor. Two-pointer is up and good. Tucker McGill out of Ponca with the two in transition. 46 apiece now, 2:40 on the clock. This is what you want from an all-star game, an even performance.
Even competitive. Guys are getting on the floor for loose balls. I mean, I've been very, very pleased with how the kids approach it. We talked about it together in the locker room. There's definitely a sense of pride on this. And first game, I think, is since 2008 was the last game the border battle game was going on. And so it's these kids have all talked about it. They know a little bit of South Dakota, Nebraska pride, bragging rights, and very pleased with how they're approaching it.
I was in elementary school at that time. 2:15 on the clock before halftime. I know Coach Bertram played in those back in the day. He was talking to me about them, and he said he won every time. He said he might have been lying, but he said that it's long enough ago he gets to lie.
I got no problem with saying I never got invited to any of them, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them for not inviting me.
Little roll up on the ankle there for a South Dakota player. Looks like he's all right. Couple of players giving fist bumps. No, nothing's intentional in these. It's all good vibes here. They will take him out, though. Hayden Sprick, little rolled up there with, I think, Becker it was. So they'll take him out. It is 48-46, Nebraska with the lead over South Dakota. 2 minutes to go before halftime. We doing a 10-minute halftime again, Coach?
I don't know if we'll do 10, probably 7.
All right.
Probably 7.
Kilmurray down the floor with it again.
Get up there.
Doesn't go. South Dakota back with it. Down 2 for the lead here. Still no. Anybody's game here. Ball goes out now. 1:36 on the clock. 48-46 score. Second quarter sponsor, First Dakota National Bank is South Dakota's first chartered bank and offers personal, business, and ag banking services, plus wealth and trust management and private banking. First Dakota is member FDIC, equal housing lender, equal opportunity employer. Shot for Becker, no, out of bounds off the iron. Back to South Dakota. 2-point game once again. High scoring first half, 48-46. Couple more buckets, and we're on target to hit 100 here. Nearly a steal for Kilmurray. South Dakota still got it. Three-pointer, good! And that'll take back the lead here for Preston McFadden, who hit that one, another MMU commit.
Preston's a dynamite kid. He's really committed himself to basketball over the last year, 2 years, and really had a goal of playing in college basketball. He's worked really hard to do that. I mean, it's one thing he can do is he can space that floor, step out, and really shoot the basketball.
There's a steal working down the floor. Mulder again. Foul comes in. Mulder's had himself a good day as well. He's got 11, I believe, leading South Dakota in scoring to the moment. And he's already going to be happy no matter what leaving this one because he won the three-point shooting contest.
He won that, sponsored by Runza. Really appreciate Runza being here, and Spencer does a lot with Mount Marty and for the Yankton community. And so really appreciate Runza sponsoring that. And so he kind of got himself a nice little, well, he's got some free Runza for maybe a couple weeks. So,
there you go.
I don't know, up in Sioux Falls there is no Runza, so that means he'll be coming to Yankton every once in a while. But very, very appreciative of Spencer and Runza sponsoring that.
Well, he's just going to have to commit to play at a school that has a Runza.
Yeah, that would help. I know they don't in Orange City, but
three-pointer or two-pointer, good for Gibson Roberts there for Laurel Concord Coleridge. 50 seconds left. 51-50 is your score. We are on target to hit 100 here today as South Dakota hits another two. Mulder again. Nebraska, Gibson Roberts. 5-second difference between game and shot clock here. Short shot here. O-board. Put back up. No good off the front of the iron. Another offensive board. And a foul comes in this time. Nolan Becker will go to the free throw line. Becker out of Hardington Cedar Catholic. He's had a good couple of years of leading the Trojans. Took him to state this year.
Very, very good high school career. Very, very talented player. Great family, obviously, as we know here. And I think he's kind of getting close to making a decision for him. He's got a lot of college options, a lot of opportunities on where he's going to end up.
As you said, a basketball family that knows Mount Marty very well. He's had a lot of family members play here.
I see Brother Becker in the stands over there making sure he's here representing and supporting. And it's always good to have Matthew back in the gym.
Tell you what, that's a great brother right there. He's always there for those games. Every time I'm at one of Nolan's games.
He is. I just questioned his golf game. I golfed with him a couple times throughout the year. I question that aspect of him, but everything else about Matthew is elite.
Nebraska finishing things up with 2 seconds. They'll put one in transition. And that'll do. Kellen Olendik finishes it up, and Nebraska takes the lead as we go to the locker room, 54-53. We'll take a quick break, Colin. We don't have to talk about the time we've golfed together. I'm not good. We don't have to talk about that. We'll take a quick break here on our halftime show as we thank First Dakota National Bank, South Dakota's first chartered bank, and offers personal business and ag banking services, plus wealth and trust management and private banking. First Dakota is a member FDIC, equal housing lender, equal opportunity employer. We'll take a break, come back, and go through our halftime scoring in a couple of minutes. You're listening to South Dakota-Nebraska All-Star Game on KYN TV.
I'm Carson Heinemeyer. I'm going to school at Southeast Tech to become a mechanic.
Carson partnered with Auto Mastery on a Build Dakota scholarship.
I wanted to work on cars, then walked into the shop. Then I got brought back to Mike, and I think we just hit it off from there.
Auto Mastery pays half of Carson's scholarship, and the Build Dakota grant covers the other half.
Well, I heard that I can get out of school with very minimum debt or no debt, and I was sold from there on.
For more, go to yanktonsd.com.
Behind every diagnosis, every procedure, and every comforting word stands a doctor who gives their all. Yankton Medical Clinic takes this opportunity on Doctors Day, March 30th, to honor their hard work and selfless care. Their commitment to healing and improving lives is truly inspiring. Today and every day, their efforts are valued and appreciated. With sincere gratitude, Yankton Medical Clinic recognizes and celebrates the dedication of doctors everywhere.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC. James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Well, let's go ahead and start things here on our halftime show from Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Find out more today at 800-KIL-BUGS.com. Halftime show ready to roll here as we get started in the second half in just a couple of minutes. First things first, let's go through our halftime. as I think we've got somebody joining us, the winner of the halftime contest, who just sat down next to me, which means I'm now going to put a mic on her. It's Kayla Martinez of Mount Marty. Are you having a good time here? Congrats on the halftime show victory there in the Runza Dinosaur.
That's my second one, too,
That's
by
your
the way.
second victory?
Yeah.
Well done. That is absolutely, I mean, the game winner against Morningside is under that one now.
Yeah, it
for
is,
sure,
for sure. That one felt really good.
You got to be having a good time watching some future teammates here tonight as well.
Oh, yeah, it's super cool seeing some of the girls that are going to come play for us here at Mount Marty and just seeing them compete. I love it.
It's got to be fun, as for sure. I'm looking forward to having this in Yankton over the next couple of years. Kayla, you just sat there, so I had to give you a mic just for a moment. We'll get back to our halftime show now from Olson's Pest Technician as we get rolling. Mount Marty University, soon-to-be senior, in Kayla Martinez joining us now. Let's go ahead and talk about this All-Star game and what we see here. I have a rule: when somebody sits down in the chair that has a mic on it, I just turn it on and make sure to ask them questions, which usually ends up being rather funny. So we'll get through it now, the individual scoring from that first half for South Dakota and Nebraska. First up, halftime score, Nebraska with that buzzer beater at the end with about a second to spare. They take the 1-point lead over South Dakota, 54-53. South Dakota led after one, 24-20. So individual scoring. Once again, these are stats I'm keeping myself as the game is rolling. Not 100% accurate. They're just kind of here to give you an idea of who's performing pretty well here today. Spencer Karstens has 8. Hayden Sprick has got 8. Aiden Ham, looks like he's got about 8 as well. Cohen Zarbach, I think he's got a couple. Carter Hansen has got 3. Preston McFadden has got 3. And Britton Mulder's got about 14 here today. On the other end, Kellen Olendick has 4. Nolan Becker's got 8. Drake Nemitz is 6. Michael Koenig with 4. Gibson Roberts 5. And Tucker McGill with 4. And finally, Jackson Kilmurray, who really took over a large portion of that second quarter. 20 points in the game, leading both teams in individual scoring. That's your individual scoring and your halftime show from Olson's Pest Technicians. Putting pests to rest since 1966. Find out more today at 800-KILBUGS.com. We are just about ready to get rolling here in second half action of the South Dakota-Nebraska All-Star Game. We're having fun here on KYN TV. Our usual beat, Mount Marty Athletics here in the Cimpl Arena in Yankton. Yankton and Mount Marty, the host site of this All-Star game. We'll welcome back Coach Colin Othier to the mic in just a couple of minutes. I think we just had some water spill on the floor here, so we're gonna have to get that cleaned up here as we're getting ready to start off the second half. But once again, Team Nebraska does have a 1-point lead over Team South Dakota, 54-53 at half. Both teams are above 50 and on track to hit triple figures here today. It's what you want to see in an all-star game. We're seeing players having fun. Sportsmanship's been a good thing. And a lot of buckets here today. So the buzzer has sounded and we are ready to roll as we start off this third quarter. South Dakota marches out their 5 and appears to be the same 5 as we started the game with. No. Cohen Zarbach out there for Yankton. Looks like we've got Logan Collette, Spencer Karstens as well, along with Carter Hansen. And Hayden Sprick for South Dakota. Nebraska, looks like they're marching out. Colson Nelson, Kellen Olendick, got Jackson Kilmurray, Nolan Becker, and Preston Hoke as well. Those are the 5 for each team. A little bit of a difference there as Cohen Zarbach comes into the starting lineup. 3-pointer for South Dakota to start things off, and they'll hit it right away. Logan Collette out of Dakota Valley hits that one.
Dakota Valley going to Briar Cliff. I'm going to go play there for Mark, and what a really, really good fit.
Trying down low. Can't hit the oop. Had to get rid of it. 3-pointer, no. Off the back of the iron. Board from Karstens out of Gayville Vollen again. He'll throw it up. Zarbach working down the floor. Cohen Zarbach, another Mount Marty commit. Zarbach got it up top. He'll get rid of it. 3-pointer. Karstens now buried it. Spencer Karstens nails a 3. That'll put him in double figures scoring on the day as well. He's got 11.
Excited for Spencer. Like I said, kind of reminds me a lot of Josh Arlt, just the build and the power guard that can really shoot the basketball but do a lot of other things too.
Getting his own board here is Colson Nelson out of Wayne after a three-pointer. He's got it in the corner again. Second shot of the possession, no good, but another offensive board. Nebraska does get 2 points out of it, and I think that was Tucker McGill. No, that was Hoke out of Summerlin. 8:45 on the clock here. Zarbach. Drive to, nope, knocked away here. Away from Karstens. Nebraska has it back. Becker all alone in transition. It's a 1-point game again. That'll put Becker total up to 10 as well. Down on the other end, Zarbach with a 2. So we got a 3-point game here in the third quarter. Just out of the halftime, I want to say locker room, but nobody went to the locker room here. They were just kind of chilling for a couple of minutes. We got another 2-pointer hit for Nebraska, and we got a 1-point game here, Coach. So are halftime adjustments a thing in all-star games?
Not necessarily. You're getting guys some water. I will say sometimes maybe you change up player combinations a little bit more. Try to balance out guys that maybe are shooters or drivers or size, whatever it might be, just to maybe just balance out rotations that help. But in terms of getting in and team adjustments, no.
Back-to-back buckets and a lead taken back. Logan Collette hits that one. He's got 6. On the other end, it was Kellen Olendik who took the lead for Nebraska. Now South Dakota with the 2-point advantage, 64-62. We're in the third quarter. 3-pointer again. Won't go this time for Jackson Kilmurray, who had 20 at half. 7:15 on the clock. South Dakota ball. Zarbach. Doesn't hit the 2 there. On a floater. Down the floor, Becker. Kilmurray. Knocked away. Zarbach with a defensive play. Down the floor. 2-on-1. And some good closing defense from Kilmurray there. South Dakota's still got it. 3-pointer good for Karstens. 67-62, Karstens with a good one. Nolan Becker with it now. Both teams moving quickly here in the third quarter. Karstens again. Won't go this time off the iron. Go out of bounds. And Nebraska will take it back. South Dakota with a 5-point advantage at the moment, 67-62, but it's kind of been both teams going on little miniature runs here. We haven't really seen anything go past 10, but it's been kind of going back and forth.
Yeah, like you say, mini runs, some 6-0, 8-0 runs, and then the other team bounces back and answers back a little bit, and it's usually how these all-star games do go.
Olendik again with a 2-pointer there. He's got 8, fed from Kilmurray. Whistle blows.
I am going to have to ask Carter Hansen, though. I mean, throwing the lob to the smallest guy on the floor in transition on Carter's thought process. I know Hayden's got some hops.
He's got some hops. I think that was the entirety of the thought process. Of that guy's got hops, throw it up. I think that's it. Yeah. Nebraska down the floor. That's what we're here to do, man. That's the all-star game. Foul comes in transition. Colson Nelson takes some free throws here.
And some of these guys that we talked about earlier in the first half, but we know so well, all right? I mean, they've grown up around here, whether they've been coming to camps or siblings or, you know, they're just different connections with a lot of these guys. And so you love having fun with them and giving them a hard time. At the end of the day, we're playing basketball, and you got to be able to laugh at yourself. And, you know, I had some moments in my time here at Mount Marty. I remember after one of the games, I'd ripped my pants, and that was a post-game thing that we had talked about. And so you're going to go through it all. That's part of it.
To be honest, I don't remember the ripped your pants game, Coach. I would like to hear more about this. It was twice?
It happened twice, yeah. I went on a diet after the second time.
Oh, man. Massive substitution for both teams here, subbing 4. Looks like for Nebraska, it'll be Colson Nelson, the lone man staying out there. South Dakota, I'm not even sure. Let's just call it fresh 5.
I think Logan Collette was the one that stayed.
I think you're right. Colette's the one out there. Number 3. And he's got it. He'll take it down the floor here for South Dakota, 5:33 on the clock. South Dakota ball. Up to three-pointer. Won't go. Rebound and LCC Bear there, and Gibson Roberts. Once again, a Doan commit wearing the same colors in high school and college. Off the window, that one will go for Team Nebraska. 67-67. South Dakota 3. Drying up a little bit here, 67 apiece. 4:53 on the clock. Transition 2, that was a good find down the floor. Nelson got out in front of everybody.
It was a really good pass. Good job of running that wing hard.
Transition 3. It's a couple missed in a row for South Dakota. Nebraska, just like that, has taken back the lead, 69-67. They've got it again down low. Good hesitation, and Colson Nelson again. Scoreless at half. I've got him for 6 now. All in the last about 90 seconds.
Run the floor hard makes a big difference.
Down the floor again is Nebraska. Drake Nemitz puts in another one. Nebraska now leads this one by 6, 73-67, pretty much all in the transition game.
It has been, yeah, the long threes, long rebounds, and the turnover on that one there.
South Dakota switches up the strategy this time. They'll try and attack inside. Mulder with the two-pointer. He's got 6. Needed a bucket there. They go inside this time. You're a team that likes to play inside out. I bet you're liking seeing that.
I love anytime that ball touches that paint at least one time before it gets up. Makes me really happy.
73-69 score, 3:40 on the clock. Another good bucket there for Team Nebraska. Tucker McGill, that's 6. Speaking of things, as a college coach, of things that make you happy for some of the younger players maybe watching this or teammates of these guys, what are things that college coaches and recruiters look for?
Yeah, it's a good question. Obviously effort. There's different ways to impact a game. You can't put a team together that's all leading scorers and guys that are out there and all scoring the basketball all the time. And so being great at one thing is huge, whether it's defending, running the floor, finishing at the rim, defending, rebound, I mean, you name it. There's so many different ways. Being a great teammate, being vocal, being an energy guy. There's so many different things. So like guys that are great and elite at one thing, and then the rest is kind of the package. Versatility. We always like skill, length, and versatility. Guys that can play multiple positions, guys that have some size. And if you can only play one position, there's only 40 minutes. But if you can play 2 or 3 positions, you're talking 80 to 120 minutes you're competing for. The more versatile you are, the better opportunity you have.
Three-pointer for Nebraska, and they stretch their lead up to 9. 80-71 now is your score. That was Michael Koenig out of Summerland with that three-pointer. South Dakota now with the ball, trying to answer down 9. It's been a long run here for Nebraska. Three-pointer good. They needed that one. Gillette. (80-74). 2 minutes left here in the third as another three-pointer goes for Michael Koenig. Koenig out of Summerland. Had a great season this year. Finishing up his senior year. Last time for these guys to get to wear their high school jersey. It's another special thing about these games.
It is. You know, the hard part about it that I don't think people always understand is when their seasons end, you take a deep breath. And so these guys that haven't necessarily been in the gym practicing and getting all the shots up like they are, no, they need to get away and kind of reset their bodies or their transition to a spring sport. So kind of getting the groove sometimes takes a little bit of time. I think you look at the Nebraska team today, and that's kind of what it's been. The second half, they've really kind of started getting comfortable again.
Speaking of getting to the spring sports, a couple of these guys are probably in the middle of baseball or track season, something I hadn't even thought about. Probably going to practice tomorrow after school.
Yes, more than likely, and especially with the smaller schools, right? You're playing multiple sports across the board more often than not at smaller schools than you are at the larger ones.
1 minute left in the third quarter. 7-point game in favor of Nebraska now. Nebraska took that 1-point advantage going into halftime. They've extended it here in the third quarter. South Dakota can't make it closer on the three-pointer there. South Dakota has really gone to the three-pointer in this third.
Taking some and taking some tough ones too. Some step backs and those just haven't dropped. But again, it's the All-Star game. It's going to happen. Guys are going to showcase that stuff, and you want them to have fun, but keep playing hard while doing it.
Nebraska to inbound here, 83-76. Quick 2 up. Team Nebraska doesn't hit. It was Koenig who took that, who does have 12 in the game. It got hot recently. Had a big third quarter. What a shot for South Dakota down low here. Team South Dakota makes it a 5-point game. That was Aiden Ham out of Beersford. I believe I got him in double figures now at 10. He's adding one more at the free throw line if he can make it. 3-point play, 28.9 seconds left. Good. Shouting of one shot from Adam Pulaski out of Mount Marty, 2004 grad here, head coach for the Nebraska side of things. One shot here, holding on to it is Kilmurray. We go to the fourth quarter in 8 seconds. Up 4 is Nebraska. A little bit of contact on the perimeter, got a piece of that one. 3-pointer no at the buzzer here from Roberts, and we'll go to the fourth quarter now. Alongside Colin Author, I'm Tehl Tanner. We'll take a final break, come back for the fourth quarter here in Yankton. Back in 60 seconds, this is KYN-TV.
With the Build Dakota Scholarship, the math is simple. 0 student loans, 0 job hunt drama, and 0 things holding you back. All those zeros add up to a 100% full ride to a South Dakota technical college. With degrees in nursing, engineering, agriculture, automotive, and way more, hundreds of careers are right at your fingertips. Scholarship applications are open now through March 31st. Apply in 3 easy steps at builddakotascholarships.com.
Doctors change lives with every patient they treat. On Doctors Day, March 30th, Yankton Medical Clinic expresses deep appreciation for those who devote their time, skill, and compassion to the well-being of others. Their relentless pursuit of healing and their tireless dedication do not go unnoticed. To all doctors, thank you for making a difference every day. Yankton Medical Clinic proudly celebrates Doctors Day, March 30th, with gratitude and respect.
All right, let's go to fourth quarter here on KYN-TV. We got 10 minutes left of the South Dakota-Nebraska All-Star Game. 83-79 is your score here. Nebraska on top of South Dakota. 4-point game. A high-scoring All-Star Game. What you want to see here, and we're going to start it off with another Nebraska bucket from Jackson Kilmurray. I believe his first of the second half. He had 20 in the first half. I think he was held scoreless in the third. Now another 2 here for the fourth. Quick foul on the other end here. South Dakota. Team South Dakota is going to have a man go to the free throw line. Foul on Nolan Becker, Hardington Cedar Catholic. First foul of the period. Carter Hansen out of Vermillion at the free throw line here. .9:41 on the clock. Shot's good. Back down the floor, another 2-pointer up, and no good this time. Carter Hansen just hit a couple of free throws. No good on that trip. 85-81 score. Once again, the Nebraska-South Dakota All-Star Game renewed. A little bit of rivalry here. South Dakota won in the girls' game earlier today. Nebraska with the advantage here. Kellen Alendick. 87-81 score. Back down the floor, it's Nebraska with it. 8:50 on the clock. 2-pointer, what a move here. Preston Hoke. Great move there for Hoke. Able to get open and make it 89-81. Nebraska starting to take an advantage here over South Dakota. They'll lob it up. Won't go. Nolan Becker on the rebound, and then it's spun out. 89-81, 8:20 on the clock. Down the floor here working. Foul comes in. It's Cohen Zarbach who was fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Nebraska foul on number 5, Nolan Becker, his 4th, second of the period. At the line for South Dakota, number 23, Cohen Zarbach.
Zarbach hits his first shot. 89-82 is your score. Zarbach hits his free throw there, 89-83, as we welcome back in the head coach of the Lancer men's basketball program and Colin Offier. We got 8 minutes left of All-Star Weekend here. Coaches missed jam down low, but what a good game for Kilmurray so far, 22 points.
Yeah, he obviously he had a great first half, really cared. Kind of cooled off a little bit in the second half, which is pretty common in some of these All-Star games, but just a really, really talented player.
89-83, your score. Nebraska on top here with 8 minutes left to go. Another foul comes in. South Dakota back at the stripe. Now, Coach Bertram told me in game 1 that he had handed the refs a quick 20 for South Dakota. Did we get the same thing here for South Dakota?
It was just no overtime.
It's just no overtime. I got you.
No, I'm kidding. We got I got no dog in this fight. I'm actually really enjoying this. It's really good to see. It's fun to watch these kids, and really, really enjoyed this today.
It's been a lot of fun, and missed three-pointer here, but an offensive board. Another Tanager making plays. 3, no. That was Hansen. He's had a good game so far. 89-83 score, 7:35 on the clock. Drive 2 for Nebraska. What a reverse layup. Oh, man. Preston Hoke again. He's had a good game. Couple of really good moves here. Hansen again on the outside. Now it's Karstens. Three-pointer again. No, this time. Another guy who's had a good game. He's got 14 by my count. 91-83 score. 7:10 left in the fourth. All the way down the floor. Olendik did it all himself, and he was fouled. Foul came in from Carter Hansen. Is it snack time, Coach? Going for a little bit of sugar here?
Yeah, we've been I had some donuts with my daughter this morning for breakfast, and now it's kind of just it's hitting me a little bit. We need to fill in the stomach and try not to spoil dinner as much as we can.
Hey, you've seen me chowing down between games. A lot of these games we do together where we've got these women's, men's game and 20-minute between them. I usually do a 5-6 hour broadcast sometimes for baseball. I am chowing down between games of granola bars, man.
I don't think people always realize how much goes into it with all that you do with the preparation. I mean, you guys were here at 11 o'clock to set up today. Yeah. And I don't think people understand and realize that. I mean, it's 5 o'clock right now. You were here at 11 o'clock setting up for the event. So just so incredibly appreciative of you guys and your commitment to just having a first-class event.
Well, shout out you for putting on such a great event. That three-point contest was a great idea at halftime, and these games have been fun. 7 minutes left here. It's starting to wind down on the day. But I think for the first installment of a renewed rivalry all-star game, this has been a good one.
It has, and there's going to be some things that we're going to continue to add into it. As actually, I was just talking with Coach Bertram about that here. To start the fourth quarter is just some things that we can look to do to continue for the atmosphere here, and different touches that we can put into this. Woo! Rattled it in, spun it around.
Hansen again. No,
McFadden.
That's
Preston,
McFadden.
Yep.
Another great one. Preston McFadden's had a couple of great plays here today, and you're going to see him in a Lancer jersey here on this court over the next couple years. Three-pointer for Nebraska in answer. 96-86 is your score. Nebraska with a 10-point advantage here over Team South Dakota. Nebraska almost feel like is trying to avoid the day sweep here as Team South Dakota won the girls' game, and then both winners of the three-point contest were from South Dakota. Oh, a missed opportunity for Nebraska there, but they do have a 10-point advantage with 6 to go.
there have been a lot of lobs that have been thrown tonight, and some that are very, very, very close to being executed. That was a heck of a play there by Preston Hoke, and typical stuff that you see in the All-Star games. I'm guessing in a high school game, his coach wouldn't be pleased if he was going under the leg or between the legs, underhand hoop, but here, and that almost got completed there. South Dakota's just gone cold from three. They just haven't been able to make their outside shots in the second half like they were, especially to start the game.
Returning for Nebraska, 22 Roberts.
We've had a fun one here, 96-86, but I'll tell you what, with the rate that both teams have been able to score today, this game is still wide open.
There's no doubt about that, especially when you got kids on the floor that can shoot from anywhere. It can erase a lead really quick.
There's one of them right there, and Kilmurray had a great first half, had up 20. Now he's got 24 in the game. Focused on passing here in the second half, which is another thing you like to see. Had a great first half scoring. Now he said, you know what, I'm going to feed my teammates this second half.
Yeah, it's a great balance to have by him and understand the purpose of today.
And there's one right there, an assist from Kilmurray and a two-pointer for Drake Nemitz. What a good find and a good layup. It's one of my favorite things as an announcer when you shout out at somebody for doing exactly something, then they do it right away. That's just fun. That's 100 points, by the way, for Team Nebraska. Starting to extend their lead over Team South Dakota, 100-86 here. Three-pointer from the corner. Rattled out this time for Kilmurray. Defensive board down the floor. That's McFadden on the board. Alley-oop. Couldn't handle it. Ooh. And a couple of players collide underneath the basket. They help each other up. All good, all good. Sportsmanship here, but tough collision. Tucker McGill again with a two. 4:30 on the clock. Team South Dakota, good drive and one here. Britton Mulder again. I got him at 18.
There's still a lot of time in these games. I mean, South Dakota was kind of pressing a little bit in lunch and trying to hit game winners with 6 minutes to go, and still plenty of time. And you know, these possessions don't go very long in all-star games, about 10-second possessions. So a lot of possessions left in this game, a lot of points still yet to be scored.
Four minutes and 20 seconds is all that remains, but as you said, a lot of points still out there. South Dakota trying to get active defensively. These players want this. Nebraska able to hold on to it, and what a shot here. Didn't go. Wild one thrown up there. South Dakota working down the floor. Nemitz providing some tough defense. Called. Bonus shots now. Is that what we're seeing? Yep.
Nebraska foul on number 11, Drake Nemitz, his third. At the line in the bonus for South Dakota, number 23.
Britton Mulder again going to be taking a couple of free throws. Could have hit him up to 20 as well. The second player today to get to 20. I've got him at 18. First shot is good. That'll give him 19. Unofficial stats once again. Stats I'm keeping myself throughout this game, but they give you a fairly good idea of who's performing real well today. Mulder is one of them guys. He's had a good weekend in general. Obviously, once again, won the three-point contest between games, and now he's at 20 points here in the All-Star game itself. Some good memories there. The final time he gets to wear that high school jersey, and a great performance. Two-pointer down low. Gibson Roberts. Laurel Concord Courage. A lot of local kids playing here today. Roberts again, corner three. Off the side of the iron, Beckert on the board. Nope, it's knocked away, out of bounds. Nebraska will keep. 3.5 to play here.
Really want to make sure, again, we thank the officials, Chad Gordon, Mason Schramm, Todd Cowan, of doing this today. Appreciate them volunteering their time and helping out. In an event where they don't get heckled too much, so it's not that bad. They're not getting yelled at to call a bunch of fouls, which is always a good thing.
That is always a good thing. I know I could never be a ref. I couldn't take the abuse, to be honest. But I love those guys. They've got a lot of good things going on as Nebraska turns one over in transition. Moving a little too quick there. You had your own GA in the Mount Marty men's basketball program, and Alec reffing in game 1 too. Shout out him. You did a great job.
Yeah, that was punishment for something. I'm kidding. No, yeah, I was. He volunteered. We needed a very short one for the women's game, and so Al does so much for our program. He's always. He just works incredibly hard and is tremendous. And so for him, anything he needs to do, he steps up and does it.
Nemitz 3, no. Seems like you've had a really good couple of GAs over the last couple of years.
Very, very blessed. Very blessed.
Nebraska back down the floor with it. Roberts again. 2-pointer good. 108-91. I heard a call from the crowd there, Coach, of defense is optional. I feel like that's pretty regular for all-star games here as we've got a drive and a jam. For the Tanager, once again, that's Carter Hansen.
It is, and especially, like we said, those quicker shots are going up. It's leaking out in transition, and guys are getting up and down. I don't know if they're necessarily in peak basketball shape right now.
3-pointer good. That's Nolan Becker of Hardington Cedar Catholic. Another man in double figures here today. 3-pointer on the other end. Trail to the left, Becker on the board. 2 minutes left, 111-93. Nebraska with a heavy advantage here, up 18, but a steal for South Dakota. Drive and a 2, layup good. Mulder again, he's got 22. South Dakota providing a little bit of pressure here, trying to get the steal back, not fouling, but trying to play clean, but still get it back in their hands. 3-pointer Roberts, good. Well, that's one way to do it if you're Team Nebraska. Just keep hammering away from 3. Got a 19-point advantage with 1:25 to go.
They've gotten hot in the second half and hit a bunch of them. Good answer there by Preston McFadden from Wagner.
McFadden, another good one there. Another one of your recruits here. You'll see him in a Lancer jersey. Becker again with it. Becker working down low. Ball knocked away. Foul.
These guys have been at the bench trying to sub in here for a little bit. They were excited for that call, just be able to finally get in the game. Never seen guys react and applaud a foul call like that.
Especially with 1:07 to go, final 67 seconds. They want to play, man. This is fun, and that's another good sign that this is going well. These players are having a good time. They're enjoying it.
It is. Very, very appreciative of them, their families. Their coaches had things. I mean, they were getting high school uniforms to kids for a weekend. So very appreciative of everybody that was involved and allowed for us to put this on.
Shout out our fourth quarter sponsor in the Yankton Medical Clinic. Today is National Doctors Day. Thank you to all doctors for making a difference every day. That was Alendick once again with another good bucket for Team Nebraska. 3-pointer South Dakota. Good! Once again. Hansen. Well, as the game is winding down here today, Coach Othier, can you give me some thoughts on how the first of hopefully many all-star games between South Dakota and Nebraska has gone today?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for what this is going to continue to become again. I mean, it was rocking. I mean, the amount of coverage that we had, from newspaper coverage to social media stuff to obviously you guys. It's just been tremendous. The crowd's been tremendous. We're just going to continue to grow this. Both of our teams, men's, women's basketball teams at Mount Marty, worked it. We didn't need to rely on anybody else for outside help of coming in and keeping them busy as they're in their season. So, it's been really good and excited to grow this.
Hansen, the final time he puts on a Tanager jersey, he had to end it with a slam there with 10 seconds to go. You love that.
Trying to make a run. What was it? The Lakers lost a game like this late.
Oh, yeah. A couple nights ago to the Bulls, I believe.
Yeah. The Bulls. How about that? They're playing really well.
And the final score going to be 118-103. And these guys still want to play. They're still putting up shots even though the game is over. Oh, I love it. Players enjoy it. I know I enjoyed it. And the final score, 118-103. Nebraska beats South Dakota in the boys edition of the All-Star Game. Coach Othier, we're going to finish things up here pretty quickly here as we start our post-game show from Runza. Pick that perfect burger at Runza. Swiss mushroom, spicy jack, bacon cheeseburger, all made fresh and topped the way you like it. Runza in Yankton by Menards. This was a fun day.
Yeah, thank you so much again, KYNT streaming. Really appreciate everybody that allowed us to put this on and put this together, and just for their continued support of Mount Marty. This is good for the community of Yankton and getting people on campus. And again, congratulations to all the guys that played here today. I do want to make Spencer Carson's committed to Mount Marty, Logan Collette's going to Briar Cliff, Britton Mulder's going to Northwestern, Cohen Zarbuck's coming to Mount Marty, Carter Hansen's going to Morningside, Preston McFadden's coming to Mount Marty, Jackson Kilmurray's going to York, Gibson Roberts going to Doane, and we got a lot of other guys that still have a lot of options of playing basketball and continuing and going through the process. So congratulations to the high school guys here as their seasons and high school careers come to an end. Their basketball careers probably don't, and they got a lot of basketball left in them, and just very appreciative of them being able to come today and showcasing their abilities.
Shout out to everybody who was able to put this on. Can you walk me through some of the people that really were working behind the scenes, yourself included? And since you're not going to shout at yourself, I will. Thank you for what you did today, Coach Othier.
First and foremost is Coach Bertram, and we talked about bringing this game back, about 2 years ago, and we're finally with our programs are in a situation where timing-wise, we can address and we can spend some time doing this. And so Allan Bertram, his staff did a tremendous job. Obviously, Alec for our side of things does so much for us. Our players very involved, from working concessions to admissions to scoreboard to 50-50 stuff. I mean, you name it. It was a Mount Marty men's and women's basketball program. Molly came in and helped do some setup stuff for the video board and having the video board going. Obviously, KYNT, Joe Van Gore came and did the PA stuff here, which was awesome to have him. There's just so many people that help put this on. And again, volunteering their time and commit their time on a Sunday afternoon. It just means a lot in terms of what we're building with myself and Coach Bertram here for our programs. And we're building this organically together. And that's been the coolest thing to see is how both of us continue to rise.
It's been a fun day, Coach. Thank you for joining me on the mic here today. We've got to do this now a couple of times over the years. This is a little different vibe, obviously, a more fun vibe instead of a real regular season basketball game, but this has been fun.
It has been. I am no color guy like Coach Olson is. Right? Ryan Olson did a great job.
Oh, that was fun having him too.
He's really, really good. And very appreciative of everything he continues to do for our program. Obviously, the sponsors that stepped up today to allow this game to go on was huge, and Olson's Pest Control is one of those sponsors. So very appreciative of all the people that helped put this through, and like I said, we're going to continue to grow this, and just a great opportunity for Mount Marty University and the community of Yankton. Anytime you can get people in the doors on your campus is always a good thing.
That's going to do it for our broadcast today. We'll go through our final scores here in the girls' edition of the All-Star Game. South Dakota wins 86-82 in the three-point shooting contest. Britton Mulder wins for the boys' side of things. Ashley Brewer on the girls' side of things. And then the boys' game, final score 118-103, Nebraska over South Dakota. We had a great day here today. Shout out Braden Butler, who ran camera all day. Coach Othier beside me, everybody who helped put this on. Can't wait to do them more in the future.
I can't believe I forgot Braden up there.
Oh, man. Braden's having a good time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Braden, for being up there and doing that. Just I can't believe I forgot Braden, man. He is tremendous. He works
behind the scenes, man. He's good. He's good. All right, that'll do it here from the Cimpl Arena in Yankton. The first of hopefully annual Nebraska-South Dakota rivalry game here in Yankton, the host site. I've been Tehl Tanner. This has been KYN TV.